Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Sunday. Hope all is well to everyone. I'm gonna get rid of this screen real quick for you guys. Un momento, un momento. I got y'all back. I got y'all covered. Good evening. How are you guys? Happy Sunday. I apologize for yesterday. Before I talk so much, please, I see I have one person viewing. Whoever that one person is, please put a one in the chat if you can hear me, a two if you cannot hear me. Thank you guys for coming to my spear. Everyone on YouTube has a spear. So thank you for coming to my spears today. Please, enjoy yourselves tonight. Please come with, no smoke, lots of fun and energy, inquisitive, informative information, mature audience only, full disclaimer out here. Good evening, Jose. How are you? Thank you for putting the one in the chat for me. Tonight's conversation is something that I've definitely talked about in season one of Wine and FaceTime. But in season one of Wine and FaceTime, it had a whole different twist. Um, but before I get into any more tea, shout out to Uncommon Sister Jose Negron. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. I definitely gave you a call today. I saw you called me. I called you back, but I got static. Please like and subscribe to your girl's channel. Please like and subscribe. It is Kishelle, aka KFIT here. Definitely want to send a shout out to the brand new subs. I have gained so many subs recently. I am surprised and I am humble and I am grateful and I'm excited about it. And I can never ever forget the day one people that told me all the things to do to keep growing those subscriptions. So thank you, day one subs. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. Tonight's main topic is, why do women still go under cosmetic surgery despite all we know, despite all we've seen? Why do women still say, I want to go through with this? Why? That's what tonight's conversation is about. And again, in season one, I did do a stream on this, but again, that stream was based more specifically on, did you have cosmetic surgery or did you work out? Why did you do what you do? Okay. So I'm not gonna jump into the main topic right now. I'm definitely gonna have a little segment I call Chit Chat. You guys know about that. I told you guys Chit Chat. Chit Chat has a small little brief segment where I'm pretty much just talking about things not about the main topic that are interesting to me, or I've done reviews about or something like that, and I'm just bringing them up full circle and everything like that. So I'm gonna definitely touch some topics, 3 topics for Chit Chat tonight. I'm gonna definitely talk about Jamie Foxx. That's number one. Number two, I'm gonna talk about unique care. Number three, I'm going to talk about the Diva Cup. So for those of you that do not, for those of you who do not know, Unique Care is a personal care brand by my daughter Destiny, and she's branded Unique Care. It's skincare products for personal care satisfaction. For those people who aren't really into themselves and their skincare routine and their personal hygiene routine and more. To find out more information about Destiny and her brand, you can definitely see her online at uniquecare.com, and I'll definitely show you at some point in the stream tonight the physical products she has, the bottles, what they are, what you use them for, etc., etc., etc. Same thing with the Diva Cup for all the women out there. Everyone knows there's additional alternatives for women on their menses and their cycles to carry the waste until their cycle ends. And the Diva Cup is something I've just learned about as far as really saying I want to try it. I've tried it a few times, and I don't know if it's for me yet, but I'm giving a brief little review and show you what the Diva Cup looks like. And after that, I'm going to jump right into the main topic, and bring up some information I think is relevant. It's personal information and Google searchable information at this point, and it's free information that's out there for everyone. So what I'm saying is nothing that no one hasn't heard, prior to me saying it. And again, full disclaimer is out right now for this video, already in the description of this video, because again, I'm not here to hurt or offend anyone's feelings or experiences or judge anyone based on what they went through in their life. If they decided to have cosmetic surgery, they're not. That is not what today's stream is about. Today's stream is specifically about, why are women still undergoing cosmetic surgery with all we've seen? We've seen so much in the last 5, 10, 15 years as far as cosmetic surgery in our neighborhoods, the brown and Black and Latino communities. We've seen it closer to home versus just knowing celebrities were doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this is all about. So I'm gonna actually turn on my screen in a few seconds. I want to pretty much, before I get into the main topic, again, chit chat. I want to talk to you guys about a couple things I've used previously in the past, and I'm still using them, and I'm giving reviews on them as I go, using them and everything like that. And the first thing I want to show you guys is the Unique Care. So the Unique Care is a product that my daughter Destiny owns and brands. She's the CEO of her own company, and she brands Unique Care. It's a personal care choice for people who are into their hygiene and their skin needs, and they want a routine, and they know what their needs are for their skin, and this is what they use to pretty much take care of themselves the best way they can. So I'm going to show you guys Unique Care. I'm going to show you a few of the products. Again, shout out Destiny. I'm going to put her website at the chat at the bottom of the chat right now. You guys can check out her website as I enter it right here. And here's my screen. Hey guys. So this is Unique Care. So Unique Care is a skincare, it's a personal care brand. It's a brand where people can use it on their skin to feel confident, feel better about themselves, work in their skincare routine, get themselves to where they want to be. And the first thing I have is a cleansing lotion, and the cleansing lotion pretty much is a moisturizer, cleans all the dirt impurities off of the face. If you have to sleep with makeup, you wear makeup, or you have an unbalance, this would be good for you. The next thing I have is a toner here, and this toner again is, I believe, to remove makeup, but don't judge me if I get it wrong. I'm sorry. But this is something I know you use when taking off your makeup, So this is something I'm using often when I have makeup on. Like right now, I have a little bit of makeup on, so I'm gonna probably use this toner a little bit later to take off my makeup, when I go to bed, because I don't want to fall asleep with makeup. I've been using Unique Care for about a total of I think about 3 or 4 months. So far, I love the brand. I love the product, not just because it's my kid, and because I gave birth to her, but because, I'm a woman who actually, wears makeup all the time. I need a skincare routine to want to wear makeup. I can't wear makeup, foundation, concealer, lashes, lip gloss, mascara. I cannot wear all those things and just put soap and water on my face to get rid of it. I need something stronger, something better, something, nicer for my skin, something that my skin will work with, something that won't dry out my skin, that will keep my skin moisturized and hydrated. So Unique Care is definitely a good look. If you guys are interested in Unique Care, again, the website is in the bottom of the chat right now. It's uniquecare.com. Look at her website and her Instagram. Her Instagram is also, I believe, uniquecare.com. And if you look on my Instagram, you can search her, Unique Care, EUNIQUECARE, or Unique Dash. You'll definitely find her. So that's the first thing, that Unique Care. Definitely make sure you hit her up, check out her website, check out her Instagram, her social media. You'll definitely probably find something for you. In addition to this, she also has a skin balm as well for people that have dry skin, who suffer with those kind of, situations. So that's another interesting thing you may want to look up into. I feel like my lighting is not really on point, so give me a second, guys. I'm going to fix my lighting. I'll be right back. Okay, I feel like my lighting is much better. Okay, so now the next thing I want to talk about, for ladies only, the Diva Cup. The Diva Cup. Shout out to hubby. Hey boo, how you doing? The Diva Cup. This is the ladies' conversation only, but my viewers are everyone. So the Diva Cup. You ladies have heard me talk about this. The Diva Cup. The Diva Cup. There are dads out there. There are women out here. There are young girls, young kids. I got my head done today. Yeah, but besides that, the Diva Cup. The Diva Cup is something that women can use now in 2023, in addition to just tampons and pads. So TMI, men may want to slip out of this conversation right now. Maybe too much for the men right now. Even I'm like, ew, yuck, But this is for ladies right now. The Diva Cup. So I've been playing with the Diva Cup now for about 3 cycles. And honestly, no lie, my review on the Diva Cup, there's pros and cons to it. Thank you. There's pros and cons to the Diva Cup. So honestly speaking, I'm new to this, so I've made mistakes. I've had little accidents, little spillage, whatever the case is. But outside of that, I love a few things about it. I'm gonna open it up for you guys, just so you guys to see it. This is not a contraceptive. This is not a birth control method. This is something women are using nowadays as an alternative to tampons and pads, and it's called the Diva Cup. So men, you may want to exit the screen right now. This may be too much for you guys, so I don't mind if you guys step away right now. So this is what it looks like, and you place it where the menstrual will go. You find the way to fold it, you squeeze it. There's ways to get it in there. Get comfortable. Showers are great. There's a lot of water action going on, so easy access kind of situation. Sitting on the toilet is great. I haven't mastered it yet. So this is what it looks like, the Diva Cup. What I like about this is that there are actually small little measurements inside the cup. So ladies, you know actually how much waste you're producing on your menses. That's cool because I feel like sometimes on our menses we feel like we're dying, we're bleeding out forever, and we feel like, oh my gosh, why is it so much? Again, men, you may want to exit left on this one or exit right on this one. This may be too much for you. But ladies who have tried the Diva Cup or have thought about trying the Diva Cup, I would say give it a try. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it a try, get your own review. I definitely want to continue to use it. I feel like, I haven't mastered it. I still end up wearing a liner or a pad, you know what I'm saying, with it because, I don't feel 100% confident I have it on the right way. The worst thing is to the worst part about this is not applying it the right way. And you're literally having to place it around the area where your cycle is coming out of. So around that uterus area, that cervix area. And ladies, if you don't know your body, it may be kind of difficult to get that. It may be difficult to get this, in there properly. This looks like the contraceptive of a disc or spermicide disc, but it's not. This is a feminine menstrual cup for women who can choose this as an alternative to not wearing pads and tampons. But once you learn how to get this right around the cervix or where the waist comes, it'll be great. But if not, you're gonna have spillage and leakage. So I haven't mastered it yet. I want to continue to try it, and I have hope for it, But again, women have said they've gotten a lot of bacterial infections, cancer, all kind of uterine problems, bacteria's toxicology, or not toxicology, like toxic bacteria things by using pads and tampons. So don't knock until you try it. Pads and tampons aren't for everyone. They are uncomfortable if you don't know what you need or how big or how small or how heavy or if you don't change your things properly, it can all be a disaster. But that's enough about that. I definitely want to talk more about the main topic right now. Scratch up my little handy dandy list right now. Have a little list going on so I can stay on point and not be talking all over the place. To the main topic right now, I'm gonna definitely drop the link to the panel at some point in this stream. I definitely will. But main topic right now: why do women still get cosmetic surgery despite what's going on? Despite all we know that's going on, why do we still do it? We have people like Dawn the West, Kanye West's mom, K. Michelle, the singer and actor who's on Love and Hip Hop, Drea Michelle, another Love and Hip Hop person, Demi Moore, A-list celebrities, B-list celebrities, C, D, like so many celebrities, local people in our neighborhoods and our families, people that we follow on social media. They choose to get cosmetic surgery. And to each his own, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm against cosmetic surgery, like, oh, I hate it, you should die. I thought about it. I told you guys I thought about it before. Wanted to get this enhanced. I told y'all about that, you know what I'm saying? I didn't, obviously, whatever, but I got past that stage, however I felt like I got past that stage. But for some reason, certain people feel like, they need to do this for a certain reason. And I understand it if you are a bartender, a bottle service girl, a stripper, a dancer, an escort, a prostitute, you're into entertainment, you're a rapper, you may feel like you need that enhancement, to make sure you're the person that's going to be the top person making the money or to have the most successful career. I get it if that's what you want to do. But if you're not doing any of those things and you're doing it is like, are you doing it for the attention of a man? Are you doing it for attention to, be the HBIC? Like, what are you doing it for? Like, what is the come up for? You're doing it for a reason. You're doing it to get an OnlyFans. You're doing it to get a dude. So what are you doing it for? You know what I'm saying? And at this point, it's like, why are some women still thinking they have to do this in order to get that goal, get that bag, get that man, get that job, get that career, get that car? Like, why do women still feel like they have to do that? Like, what happened to working hard for your own shit safely without endangering yourself to get there? What happened to that hard work, effort, and grind? What happened to just working out hard for it? What happens to other alternatives like cool sculpting, and like other safer methods that doesn't require you being cut open on the table? Of course, this conversation is coming out of, the wings of the conversations about Miss Jackie O, and so many other people, like I said earlier in the stream, Don the West, Kate Michelle, Dre Michelle, Demi Moore, and so many other people we know. We all know people in the neighborhood or at work, through a family friend, a friend of someone, a neighbor who's decided to do this for whatever reasons. And sometimes a lot of people say it's for the attention of a man. But what happens when the woman has a man? What happens when a woman has a husband or a boyfriend or fiance and she's still going under the knife? Then what is the intention for? What is the stress for? What is the pressure for to continue to do this? If that's the situation. So that's what I want to get into right now. Because I just, I'm not gonna say I don't understand because I do. Like again, I thought about getting my boobs done. Like so many people have to talk me out of it. So many people, boyfriends, parents, siblings, cousins, friends. So many people have to talk me out of it. And even to this day, it's like, all right, at 41, I'm finally happy with what God has given me. You know what I'm saying? We all have something, we all want something that, we don't have, right? Same thing with men. Some men want muscles, some men want, have, a 6-pack or 8-pack. Some men want to look like The Rock or Vin Diesel, have all these muscles. Some men want to look real athletic or slim. Like I don't know, like the jury is out. The whole conversation about cosmetic surgeries. I guess to feel good within. You don't like what the outer appearance looks like, so you want to fix it outwardly so their innerly accepts it, and you don't want to work out for it because it may be too much time and stress and effort or too tiring, and you may feel like surgery is the best thing. We're going to get it the fastest way without putting in all the work. Instant gratification is what we call it all the time. Instant gratification, right? So again, I too felt pressure to instant gratification. I've told you guys I went to a consultation in Manhattan, to try out breast implants. I went to consultations at New York Presbyterian Hospital in New York City to get breast implants. I saw what silicone looked like versus saline versus the gummies. I got size. They marked up my boobs. They told me how many cups up I can go. They told me, what size I can get. They told me how much elasticity I had in my skin to get, the desired look. And my desired look was going to be like a 34 double D or something like that. Or no, it was like a 34D, like a full 34D was going to be my desired look. And that desired look went with my height. I'm 5'10", and my weight, I'm 100 and, well, on a normal fitness workout day, I'm 167 or 170 pounds. But when I'm not working out actively and I'm just getting a little bit lazy, I'm around 180-ish sometimes if I'm letting myself go a little bit too much. But, that's my range. My weight goes from 167 to around 180-ish. If it goes above 180, it's a problem. It's a cycle imbalance. I'm just eating. I'm just Netflix and chilling too much. I'm just having too much fun, So, yeah. Back to what I'm saying, though. But for my body composition, a full 34D is what I would have gotten. And I put down, I think, a 200 deposit. With the 200 deposit, that was going to go towards, the bill of the final procedure after I get my procedure done, and, everything else, medication, anesthesia, doctors, nurses, all that bullshit, they add up, in the taxes to make all these thousands of dollars. No, I didn't think about flying out to Colombia, DR. I feel like I'm going to do it right here in New York. You know what I'm saying? Because who I'm living with out there, first off, so that was one thing. Like, I can't be staying on the DR and Colombia for years and weeks. I don't know nobody out there. I got to do it here. Well, my family is here. Anybody who can help me or come to me is here in New York or in America, whatever the case is. And after a few long relationships, it was like, nah, you're not doing that, I found something that made me get over it and made me satisfied with what God gave me, and I moved on. But, all women are not like me. There are some women that feel like they ain't going to have that, what I had, that's going to stop them. They want to still go under the knife. So why? Why are women still risking it all today still, knowing how crazy this can get? I feel like for me personally, I think it has a lot to do with, women in that specific industry, women who work in that career as in model, stripper, dancer, rappers, VH1, like, they work in that bubble. People that work up in that bubble, they get caught up into that, like, again, Cardi B was the first person to put it out there that, yeah, I got illegal ass shots in the Bronx, an apartment in some room, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if stories like that motivated more women to say, yeah, I want to go onto the knife and get more surgery. I don't know, because when K Michelle came out with her VH1 special about removing her ass and her hips and everything, it was like, okay, women, I thought women were waking up, but maybe women are not waking up. I don't know. So, again, why do you guys think that, this is still going on? Especially the women that have husbands, men, baby fathers, boyfriends. Why are they continuously going under the knife for round one and round two and round three of lipo, mommy makeovers, BBLs? Like, why is this continuously going on if it's a proven fact right now? Like, I don't even need to share my screen and go on Google or Zoom or YouTube or anything. It's a proven fact right now. Like, it's a 50-50 chance if you having cosmetic surgery that you coming out that shit alive or with no kind of issues. So what is so great to have that 50-50 odd in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s? Chime in, guys. Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, I really want to know your thoughts, your opinions. Again, I just spit my whole experience, what I personally went through with it and kept it raw. Like, that really happened. I know people that can vouch for this story and everything, you know what I'm saying? And again, I didn't go all the way, but some people go all the way. So what makes people go all the way? You know what I'm saying? Like, all the way, like, and keep getting it done over and over and over again. Especially those women who are not even fully developed as a woman yet. Those women who are not even, 27, 35. Those women who haven't really fully blossomed into their bodies yet. Like, you're not even fully developed yet, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your hips ain't spread yet and everything. Like, what is it? Like, again, like, I can see, like, I don't want to sugarcoat one thing and say that one thing is better than the other thing, because surgery is surgery, you know what I'm saying? But I can see, like, maybe a little lip filler, a little needle in the eye, to pick up the bags, because even I got bags. But you know what I'm saying? I could see, like, a little injection, a little shot here, again, I'm not promoting anything. I ain't never have anything like that. I'm just saying, though. But the whole, you getting a slice and you got the anesthesia to you, and you got to have certain treatments for like weeks, and you got to get massages and everything after for weeks and months, and body special packages, and be at this kind of masseuse and get your booty drained and get, go to the hospital in the ER because you having heart palpitations. Like, why? That's the conversation right now. So again, I'm gonna definitely drop the link to the panel in a few, because I don't get it. I'm very narrow-minded, naive in certain situations. I feel like that was definitely scared me straightless, shitless. And I got people on my social media platform who I'm cool with that they've been under the knife, you know what I'm saying, a few times, you know what I'm saying? They look great. Nobody will ever know it. I know people that, you know what I'm saying, old, young, they did it. And it's like, no one ever knows. Some of them work out, they become personal trainers, so you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, they work hard in the gym, so you don't ever know that they went under the knife, because they in the gym 24/7, always posted on the gym, in the gym. So it's like, people ain't scared to die no more? Is that what this is? Like, people just like, we're living dangerously. Like, is that what this is? Like, people just not afraid to die right now at this point? Like, people just like, fuck it, I'm gonna get the biggest butt, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the biggest boobs. Like, remember Dolly Parton? Dolly Parton titties was like out here with it. She had like the fucking 49 triple H's, her little body. And eventually she got rid of them fucking titties, because them titties was too fucking much. There was too much on her little body. Like, like, so again, like, was it all? What is it for? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna drop the link to the chat right now. I want you guys to chime in. Tell me what you think. I know it ain't just me, you know what I'm saying? I know even some of y'all know people in your neighborhoods you grew up with, your homie's girlfriend or your cousin's girlfriend or somebody at work or whatever the case is. They chose to, you know what I'm saying, go into the knife. They at work looking hella crazy. They got the whole weird body booty shape looking, they think nobody know that they had surgery. But, we don't really care, you know what I'm saying, because it's out there. Everyone's doing it. Like, you can finance it. You can get it on credit, you know what I'm saying? You can get the surgery and come out the hospital and everything and still be paying for the payments after you in the streets getting niggas in your face and all of that and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the new hustle. And that's why people got the OnlyFans and everything, because that's paying the money back for the surgeries and all this other crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I got my first guest coming up right now. Y'all know him. He's from the Bronx, New York, NYC, Uptown, baby. Uptown, baby. We gets down, baby. For the crown, baby. His name is Jose Negron. How you doing, Jose?
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me on your platform. But before anything, I just want to give a huge shout out to my father Boricuas because today was the Puerto Rican Day Parade. So I just want to say, yo soy Boricua para que lo sepa. But getting on the
You got
getting on the top, the reason why women, I'm sorry.
you got it.
So yeah. So the reason why women have surgery multiple times, some of them is because they have a small, low self-esteem, and they felt that what God has created was not enough for them, so they have to like go through all that plastic surgery a certain way to make sure that their boobs are bigger, that their butt is bigger, make sure they look like a living okay. The problem is that sometimes people, get go overboard and they get plastic surgery after plastic surgery after plastic surgery. And the fact of the matter is that the body was not meant to go through all that plastic surgery all the time. So in reality, you don't know what damage is being done to your body. Now, I have known you for about 4 years, Kisha, and the fact of the matter is, with all due respect, you don't need me because you look fine. And if you, I don't know if you're dating anyone, but if you have someone that's pressuring you to get plastic surgery, to get bigger boobs and a bigger butt, then you're not going to be God Himself.
Well, thank God that is definitely like not my experience. Like, the partners I've had during this time frame where I was hooked and asphyxiated on this plastic surgery was definitely like, you're crazy. Hell no. Sorry. I had a phone call. My bad. Sorry guys, I had a phone call. Tell my daughter I call her back. The partners I had during the time that, I was going through this transitional phase of I need to have surgery, they were like, are you crazy? Hell no, what's wrong with you? Like, it's not that serious. So I didn't have that pressure at all. So thank God for me. But thank you for saying that because I know there's some women
Yeah,
that
it's a
probably
good
haven't had that
thing.
experience.
And yeah. Well, look, the fact of the matter is this. Um, Unfortunately, you have like a certain image where, of course, women are like, you have to be a 10, and in order to be a 10, you gotta have the right boobs, you gotta have the right butt, you gotta have surgery to tighten your wahoo, if you want, I'm just trying to keep it clean and what have you. But look, don't try to improve what God has created. I mean, I understand some people are not religious, but hey, I mean, the fact of the matter is, most women are beautiful. It's just that, unfortunately, that they have a poor self-image.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that too. I feel like a lot of women, have a poor self image. Like, we heard the story about, the mothers being absent and the fathers being absent. But it's like, not to I feel like there are women who have had great role models as well, but for whatever reason they just choose to do the out of box things, such as, these situations, not judging anyone. Like, everyone does what they do for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Everyone who becomes successful for it, if it was worth it for you, great. I'm not saying you're stupid or anything for doing what you're doing, not at all. But again, I feel like sometimes it's people with, both parents at home that still do this crazy stuff. Then it's the people that feel like they didn't have nothing and this is gonna make them get something. So that's why they do it. So there's like so many reasons why people do it, but at the end of the day, it's like people don't even look at the risk as risk anymore, is what it seems like.
Yeah. And then sometimes what people do is like, because we all know that plastic surgery is very expensive, so they're trying to find cheap ways to do it. The problem is when you do it that way, uh, what you're doing is you're basically allowing someone that's not properly trained to operate on your body. And we have seen people who have passed away because of doctors or people who claim to be doctors have done a real piss poor job in their tummy tuck or the boob job or the butt job.
Like I personally know people who have done this, and thank God, everyone I know, they had, they didn't have a horror story. They had like one of the good, successful stories. Thank God. But I still look at them as such brave women. Like I can't believe you did this, but I guess you did it for a reason, and not judging. But I'm like happy you're okay, and like okay, it looked good. Like whatever it is they got done, I'm complimenting. Like all right, well your boob look good, or your boob look good. Like I'm not trying to, spot them right now on YouTube. Like they don't deserve that. But at the end of the day, I'm like, if it works for you, it works for you. But like, be safe, be careful, don't get out of control with it. But
Well, I think for anyone that's thinking about sorry,
you go ahead.
I think anyone that's thinking about going through plastic surgery, I think they really have to think seriously as far as why. I mean, unless it's doing something to repair something that was damaged or what have you. I mean, if you're just going there just to be a prettier version of yourself or a more voluptuous version of yourself or a more curvy version of yourself, I mean, I don't think you should go ahead and do it. You know, there are cases where plastic surgery is necessary. Like for example, if you were, if it was in a fire and, unfortunately your face was marred due to being burned or what have you, then you may need plastic surgery. But if you're going to do that, make sure that you're doing it for the right reason and make sure that you have a trained professional that knows what she's doing.
Yeah, like I just feel like, a lot of the black market doctors and, the unlicensed and illegal people in the neighborhoods are doing it and they're very successful at doing it, and they're not even licensed or certified to do what they're doing. So it's like against the law, but people are willing to pay the cheapest price. Like their life is not worth so much more. And that's the confusing part, like the risk.
Unfortunately, their obsession with other beauty negates all worrying about their well-being because they want to be the perfect 10. They want to be to receive attention from the men or women or what have you. And again, they don't know what harm that they're doing to themselves. And unfortunately, we have known people that have died due to botched attempts at plastic surgery.
Yeah, I want to send a shout out to the chat. The chat is lit right now. Thank you for all the love. Shout out to the hubby, 18 Flutter, Don Armando, Irby Fatal, Tampa Supreme, Introvert for week. Well, of course, you, Jose. Y'all lit. It's a Sunday. Yesterday I got caught up in Walmart food shopping and everything, and it's like the traffic through the tunnel coming from Jersey to New York was just not hitting. And it was like, you know what? I didn't do a pre-recorded because I kind of wanted like people to like jump in. So I'm like, all right, I want people to jump in. I want to hear what people are saying outside of what I'm thinking in my brain. Or whatever the case, I'm like, you know what? It's not even worth doing a pre-recording. I'm gonna end up doing like a part 2 and a part 3. But Yeah, like that's what happened yesterday. I know I'm supposed to be on Saturday, so sorry about that, everybody. But thank you guys for pulling up on a Sunday evening. I know you guys gonna have Sunday dinner soon, so this ain't gonna be extremely long. But thank you guys for pulling up. But get her, Jose. I wanted to just shout out the chat.
Well, you're quite wrong, and the fact of the matter is, at times, we have busy lives to lead and what have you, and we all try to do different things to try to pick up this pace with our respective platforms. Um, in fact, I started doing this. I started doing late streams on
Sorry,
Friday
Ramon.
nights.
Sorry, Jose. I want you to introduce Ramon. Hey, thank you for pulling up.
Hey, what's going on,
Good evening,
Chica? What's
Ramon.
going on, Jose? Hey, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, shout out to the chat too. Yeah, but I know you were in the middle of something, Jose. I'll wait. I'll wait until you're done.
No, I was just talking. I was just saying that how the fact of the matter is that some people are so obsessed with the outer beauty that they're willing to do almost anything, and sometimes they can take a risk with their own physical well-being.
I want to know, do you guys know anybody who had plastic surgery and they had like a not so great experience personally, or a friend of a friend? You guys have that experience? Anybody on a panel or in the chat?
Well, I know a former girlfriend who actually has gone a couple of times to the Dominican Republic and gotten procedures done there. But I could ask her the name of the surgeon because he's been very good. I mean, she's had a good experience and she's had good results, but that's because she knew um she knew who to ask, where to go, who to contact, and who to get the surgery with. So she did have a good experience, but there are people that are kind of reckless, kind of like what happened with this girl that died recently
Ramon,
down in Miami.
shout
But
out to
that was
Rondo.
uh-huh.
Sorry to cut you off. Hi, Don. Thank you for coming through. I like your avatar picture. And I want you to talk on the highlight when Ramon finished. I want you to give your situation, if you don't mind, about your friend's sister that's on the panel right now. This comment. If you can share a little bit with us respectfully, I appreciate it. But go ahead, Ramon.
Yeah, but there are people that are not doing like enough due diligence and informing themselves as to where and with who they're getting these services done with, and sometimes these people are not certified at all, they're not qualified at all, and just because maybe they offer the procedure at a much discounted rate, then that's all they go by. I mean, when it always go by the saying, when something seems too good to be true, it usually is. I mean, something that is supposed to cost $3,000-4,000. Somebody says that they can do it for 1,000. I mean, that's a major red flag. I mean, I don't know what were the prices or the numbers when it comes to what happened to the girl in Miami, who was the wife of the guy from Wild and Out, Jackie something. But she should have done kind of like her due diligence in informing herself as to who was she getting the procedure done with, and certification, reviews. Um, have they been published in journals, things like that. Research the name. Just research the name. And apparently she
I
didn't
think a
do
lot
that,
of
and it ended up costing her. Mhm.
Not to cut you off, I feel like a lot of people probably feel like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't her first time having cosmetic surgery. Like mommy makeovers, like some of you do after the baby in the new year, in the new millennium. That's what we do, because they wasn't doing that when I had my kids. There was no mommy makeovers because I ain't get one. But anyway, like I feel like I doubt that was her first surgery. I'm not judging her, but like all those wild and out girls, they look like fucking perfect Barbie dolls. Like they all got the same body. So it's
Yeah.
hard to tell them apart, you know. No,
Yeah,
but
yeah, they all look alike. That's the problem because they all look alike now, and you're gonna be confusing them. They don't have like their own identities. So
right.
many of them are trying to look just like Kim Kardashian. So you are gonna be confusing all of them. I mean,
Yeah, and then on top of it, if you really look at it, with everybody looking so much alike, there's no individuality. And then what people will actually think that is a bad deed, whatever the case may be, is not so much the case because, for example, like I hate to say it, like in part of Dominican Republic, right? There's artist by the name of Johnny Masvidal or whatever, and then she has a sister named Mommy Pimp. To me, they only look alike because they have extensive plastic surgery and everybody's following suit. But I remember back in the days when I was growing up, plastic surgery was not even a thing for Latino women. If a woman didn't have, a woman didn't have, but she was still beautiful. But that's my take on it.
That's true. You know, back in the day, if a woman didn't have the perfect body, if her cooking was good, or if her personality was good, or she had a kind heart, or a pretty face, or good hair, or good characteristics, or good traits, that was enough. She didn't have to be drop dead gorgeous. Other things carried for her looks.
yeah, because that whole thing that they're doing that has to do more with the competition that women have with each other. I mean, men are not telling these women to do all that. I mean, maybe if they get a little bit enhancement, subtle enhancement here and there, that's one thing. But then when they get all of this reconstruction stuff done, that's woman on woman competition. That has nothing to do with men. Men are not telling these women to do that, to take these risks.
But I want to say though, like during the years that I wanted to have my breasts done and everything, I didn't feel mentally or emotionally that I was competing with another woman. I always felt like I thought I was at an age where I thought I was already fully developed. I already had children, so for me it was like in my mind and my brain, I just felt like my body didn't add up, despite how much hips or behind I had or whatever the case is. I just felt like every woman had to have look like a woman. And I felt like me not having that, in my opinion, made me feel like, all right, I don't have a woman's body still. Like I still have a teenage body. And I know that sounds crazy to you guys, but again, that was what I was stuck with. Like, all right, so when am I going to blossom? When am I going to pop? Like, what's going on here? Like, I know I'm grown. I didn't
Mhm.
have babies and everything. Like, when these boobs going to come out? It became obsession within me. It was never about Kim Kardashian or Mary J. Blige or Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston, because that's more my era and everything like that. So I'm just like, I don't know. I looked at my aunties and my mom, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have that when I get older. And when I got older, I didn't have that. I was like, all right, so what happened to me?
Yeah, okay. Well, no, I get it. I get what you're saying. I'm talking about more about these women that go overboard with it, that they get several procedures and they don't look like themselves anymore. I mean, and they're all fixed up and they end up kind of looking like someone else, and all of these women that end up looking alike because they're getting all of the same procedures. That's kind of like more what I'm talking about.
Okay,
I'm not mean necessarily you because you considered it, but it was for something very specific, which is fine. I mean, if it's something that is kind of like a subtle enhancement that you can do safely, yeah, but a lot of these other, other women that you can tell that their butt look like they actually slip something under the skin, and it looks extremely unnatural, and there are parts that look a bit way too round to be natural. So it's easy to tell when it's a bunch of implants.
for sure. I was in Walmart
Mm.
yesterday, which is why I got caught up not on my live stream. And in Walmart, you're gonna see a lot of couples, a lot of families, and I don't know why, but I just feel like, yo, this is like the era of spandex leggings. Like every bitch in America got like 10,000 pair of leggings, but me. But I feel like every time I go to Walmart, every girl got on spandex. I'm not even judging. I swear. I don't know if you guys shop in Walmart, but if you go to Walmart, you're gonna see like at least 35 girls in spandex leggings, Uggs, spandex leggings, flip flops, or something like that, or spandex leggings and crops. Anyway, I'm in Walmart about to check out whatever the case is. I see this girl. Her legs is super duper skinny. Her ass is so high, so round, so
Mhm.
hard, and
So
I'm
fake.
so fake. And I'm just like, if you got on spandex leggings, at least put some sweats on. With the spandex leggings, we really know it's fake now because the it's so tight and everything. We just know, like, you ain't no
Yeah.
horse, you ain't got no horse body but jello legs. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. And in some instances the behind you see it from the side, and the profile looks kind of square. I mean, it doesn't even look round anymore. It looks kind of square. I mean, and like you said, some of these women they have these very skinny legs, so it doesn't match. I mean, they kind of like expose themselves because their body parts don't match
And another
the
thing,
areas.
I feel like mature.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
Go ahead, Dom. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're
Now,
very
yeah, I
very.
agree on that one.
You can barely hear you.
Audio
Can
is kind
barely.
of like choppy in the back. It's like robotic or like really hazy in the back when you talk.
Yeah, try it again. Yeah, Armando, we can't hear. We don't hear you at all, man. You're muted.
Maybe he's muted because there's some music playing in the background.
He's probably trying to fix his background. Maybe that's what he's doing.
Hmm.
Well, you got it together, Don. Pop back in and speak your piece. But I was gonna just say that I just feel like I feel like mature grown women, my age-ish, whatever the case is, we know now that men are visual creatures. If you didn't know before, you're gonna learn today. On Sunday, you're gonna learn today. Men are visual creatures, and y'all can confirm, y'all men up here, men have that
Okay.
photographic memory, whatever the case is. So it's natural for men to look. There's a reason for women to be upset when men take a glance, versus a whole hard stare stalker Jeffrey Dahmer look. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we know y'all visual creatures, whatever the case is. So it's like, okay, if you have a man, you're happy in your relationship, your situationship, your husband, your baby father, your boyfriend, whatever it is you got with a person, versus you don't have no one. I feel like there's two different scenarios, situations. Because when you have someone, it's like some people may feel like your goal and objective now is just to please that person's desire, that person, and for no attention outside of that person. Some people believe that. I'm not saying I believe that. I'm not saying I don't believe that. I'm just saying certain people believe that. Now, certain people feel like if you're single and you don't have a partner or a family, whatever case is, maybe that's something you're doing because it's a career goal, a move, or driven. You're trying to be an actress, a video vixen, a rapper, whatever the case is. Like all the female rappers got it damn near. You know what I'm saying? A lot of A-list, a lot of D-list celebrities have it. A lot of these video vixens we see, have it. We've grown up seeing, these ratchet videos, these XXL videos, or these magazine covers with, wet, glossy, silky women in skinny bathing suits. Like, we've seen this for years. This is not nothing new that we've seen it. However, it's just the point that why do people feel like it's worth risking your life?
The pursuit of beauty, or what they think will make them look more beautiful. They rationalize it in their minds like the risk is worth it. I mean, it's kind of like it's the ultimate risk that they're taking, but to them, they see it as something that is worth taking, a
Like,
risk worth taking. I don't know.
how beautiful Demi Moore was versus after the surgery. She fucked herself up. She's so beautiful.
Hmm.
Little Kim, another one. Like, she's almost unrecognizable at this point.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
Vivica Fox, another one, going down the rabbit hole. Like, you guys, these chicks were beautiful in their natural brown skin as they were. You know what I'm saying? That's
Hmm.
like J-Lo right now getting a whole different nose, or like some full BBL crazy lips. Like, yo, we don't know you. We don't know that person.
Yeah.
Can't support that. But again, you can't judge the person on what they do in their personal life. You gotta judge them on their craft. They're a singer, an actor, or whatever the case is. You judge their craft, not what goes on behind closed doors. So
I hear what you're saying. I hear you.
it's difficult. I really don't know. But I just feel like at this point, like we're getting, it's almost becoming
Um,
normalized knowing that someone is dying because of plastic surgery. It's almost becoming normalized. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not a shock anymore. It's like normalized, like gun violence.
Mhm. Unfortunately, with this social media, it creates like a false image of what a man and a woman should look like. Okay. And like I said before, I think for anyone that's thinking about having plastic surgery, what they really need to do is they need to sit down and think about it. Why? What is their motivation? And if their motivation is to try to make sure that they stay youthful or handsome or beautiful, and if you're getting into your 40s and 50s, then you really need to rethink all that and get some therapy.
I mean, if you really look at it, it affects men as well because you got certain men who will get the, how should I say, the weight loss surgery, and then you have certain people that just like, they'll be telling people that was like, oh yeah, you have to make this image or this type of image. And not only women who are actually down on the table, you have men too. But the thing is, though, men will be going to a lot of countries where it's now, where all these doctors are now restricted because they think they're going to have a cheaper price. But then sometimes they end up dying on their table as well. So therefore, it depends on the person's quality, and then on top of it, it's confidence on how they are and how they feel about themselves if they think they're going to have plastic surgery or not. So therefore, I've heard that men have been affected as well.
I agree with that. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I'm gonna be real. I feel like I'm always transparent with y'all and my audience, and I think, I hope everyone who listens to me on a regular basis, despite what I'm dropping, whatever kind of content I'm dropping, they understand that, I'm always being transparent. But I feel like, ever since my KFIT journey, like my confidence has boomed. And, a lot of people look at me like, oh, well, there was nothing wrong with you before KFIT. You were just, a little bit thicker or, a little bit heavier, whatever the case is. Like, you didn't need to go hard and do all the things did, whatever the case is. But for me, it was like, that confidence inside was not there. I'm not realizing, like now that I have that confidence, that's probably why, I'm like, I don't need no fucking breast implants. I'm fine. Like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And again, like my mom grew up in the 60s, and her mom grew up in the 40s, and her mom grew up in, I think, 1910 or whatever the case is. And those generations, from the great great grandmothers to my grandmothers to my mom to me, like it's affected, how women have that conversation with children and the mother figure household role as far as, how to tell your child she's beautiful, how to tell your child to believe in herself, how to pick her head up high, like, depending on what generation you were born in, you may have not have gotten that knowledge from your mother. You may have gotten it from your great grandmother, because the generational trauma and the generational curse is really real, and everyone calls it something different in their culture, wherever they, whatever your background is, but that confidence for me boom when KFIT, boom for me. And that's when I just got to a point where I was just uncomfortable with my skin all the way around. And I knew I had to do something about my health and my wellness because I just felt very uncomfortable with my skin. And again, like going back to the whole generational thing, with the women in my life, whatever the case is, like we weren't all taught hugs and kisses and get beautiful. We didn't all get that same kind of love. But I have another guest introducing my YouTube hubby. Here he goes, got an 18 bladder and home. Hey, boo.
I see you. Yeah, Don, look at you, boo.
What's happening with him?
Man, what's going on, Don? Shout out to Jose Negron. Shout out to my boy.
Okay, Armando, you're having a whole bunch of noise. It's hard to hear anything.
Yeah, my bad. One thing I gotta say to Kim, that there's a fake troll rolling around like with chats and everything like that, trying to act like there's that garage when they're not. You know what I mean? I just had to let you know that.
Oh yeah, man. I'm able to tell, man. We all able to tell when we got fake trolls running around. I saw a couple of them. I thought it was kind of funny. If they get too out of control, I'll block them. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to go to the PR parade today. I got to work, and it's all the way on the north side, man. It would have took me an hour to go all the way, close to an hour to go from the south suburbs into the north side of the city. So I was just like, oh man, I'm gonna miss it. But
Yeah, like I'm about to hop off, but it was nice having you having on your panel and everything. So peace, and I hope this stream goes well.
Thank you, Don. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
You too.
Yes, good evening. Have a good evening. Thank you for stopping by.
yeah, shout out to Don. He going with the win right now, man. That's
Yeah.
thanks. Man, you're like, man,
Don't be coming on to panels if you're using an Obama phone. Those things don't work.
hooked up some Wi-Fi. Hooked up some Wi-Fi to a payphone.
Yeah. And when I do a live stream, I'm gonna have that disclaimer. Don't come to this stream if you're on an Obama phone. Don't be streaming here from a tunnel, because that whole notion it messes up the flow, it messes up the energy. Like trying to figure out, trying to decode, to decipher what you're saying. Like, come on. I mean, shout out to Armando. It's not always
That's
like
my boy.
that.
Shout out to Don. We just joking. But Don, man, you hooked up. Don, you hooked up some Wi-Fi to a payphone, man. You'd have found a payphone somewhere, and I know you standing at the booth.
Damn.
I've been arguing with wifey, and he taking a walk outside. He's like, "Fuck that! I gotta get outside, get some air." He's got his headphones in, and he mad. He blowing off steam or something.
He said, "Don, say I'm at the payphone at the gas station. I'm across the street from a couple abandoned buildings, but I'm gonna make it work. I see the McDonald's across the street got Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna hook it up to the payphone, and I'm gonna call y'all. Let me get on here. We're gonna chop it up for a minute."
Okay.
Yeah, Jose.
Okay. Guys, today, not only did I went to the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York, I was in the VIP section at the grandstands.
All right, good.
So,
Go, Jose.
yeah. So, a shout out to all my followers. Soy boricua para que lo sepa.
And let me just say something to so we can represent for the Boricuas. The Boricuas out of in my personal opinion, I could be wrong, but out of every Latin group, they definitely has made a mark within American society. You got people like, shout out to the legendary, rest in peace to the legendary Big Pun, who was one of my favorite rappers. Rest in peace to Marky D, who was 1/3 member of the Fat Boys. You got people like Arturo Schomburg, Pedro Albizu Campos, Lolita LeBron, Roberto Clemente, another one of my favorite reggaeton artists is Tego Calderon. So many different people. Frankie Cutlass out of New York City, Babito Garcia, who was, a pioneer into getting a lot of rappers that are now legends, getting them onto the radio stations out there in New York City. Of course, got to give it up to Rosie Perez. Used to have a big crush on Rosie Perez when I was a kid. Got to give it up to Angie Martinez and a lot of different Boricuas that has made their mark within the States. Definitely one of the most recognizable Latin cultures within the United States, within American culture. So shout out to the Bordies. Lisa as well. Lisa.
Lisa on the call, Hector Lavoe, Cheo Feliciano. They're not the last two. They're not around anymore. So they're greatly missed. Contributed to the culture. And I could think of others like Antonio Paoli, Marcano. There is a history to that man, or somebody like Tito Puente also, and there is somebody like
two of my favorite boxers too.
Selena, I loved her. Selena.
Oh, Jennifer Lopez. Got to give it up to Jennifer Lopez as well.
Jennifer Lopez as an actress, she's okay. I mean, she shouldn't be singing or rapping, but as an actress, she's okay. I saw that movie.
Girl,
I saw that movie.
Lopez.
I saw that movie that you were talking about, the mother. I saw it. I saw it. She was all right. She was all right. The role fit her because she didn't have to.
At her last stuff, though, right?
She didn't have to emote much, so she didn't have to have a lot of acting range on that one because she was the stoic character. That's usually the main.
I want to get oh, I'm sorry, my bad, Ramon. I just want to give a major shout out to 3 boxers that I loved as a kid growing up. That one of them, he was legendary. My uncle put me on, and to see him, he came out of the streets and he rose to prominence in New York City. Hector Camacho, rest in peace to the legendary Hector Camacho.
Yeah, Macho Camacho out of Harlem. Mm-hmm.
Yes, out of Harlem. He passed on the island. So rest in peace to Hector Camacho. He's not deceased. I'm sorry about that. Also, shout out to Miguel Cotto, who is a great boxer within his own right. And of course, I got to give it up to Tito, who I loved watching as a kid.
Okay. Tito Trinidad. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, much respect to those 3 fellas right there. And rest in peace to Hector Camacho. So much contribution and everything on that Boricua flag, especially because we hear a lot of talk on people saying things like, oh, they different from the island, but give stateside Puerto Ricans their credit. They put on.
No, because I mean, with Macho Camacho himself, he will go back and forth to the island, and he was treated like he was treated like one of our own, and he spent a lot of time on the island, and unfortunately, he caught a bullet there. That hasn't been cleared up yet because I did saw the Showtime documentary, and at the time of the filming of that, his mom had flown to the island and had met with detectives, and according to them, they had an idea as to who did it, what was it about, who did it, who shot him. But the case, to my understanding, it hasn't been resolved yet. But he will go back and forth, even in his down times when he was kind of like more caught up in the in substance abuse and all. He will check out for treatment and rehabilitation on the island. I mean, he was received on the island, so he was treated like a son of the island, like just about everybody. I mean, who embraces the Puerto Rican roots. They are treated like one and the same as an islander. That's how we do it. Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Hector Camacho for being able to see, at that time when everybody was afraid of Mike Tyson, with him being a street dude himself, he came up, he was able to see, you, Mike, you ain't a thug, man. It's just these people you around. It's the environment that you grew around that you felt like you had to adapt to that. And it's crazy because after all of that, after every, back in the day, everybody being afraid of Mike Tyson and the bad press, you see more of who Mike Tyson really is in these days when you watch his podcast and everything. And Hector Camacho was right.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to Mike Tyson, there was kind of like a lot of insecurity, and he came up in a difficult situation, but he did have
also being bullied.
At an early age, he had Cos D'Amato took him under his wing. So Cos D'Amato did give him a chance. He had a chance. He did have a father figure because he was already at a certain age. Unfortunately, he didn't live long enough to see him become a champion. To become the heavyweight champion, and he was only 19. I understand. Yeah. So he did it so early, so soon, so quick because he was so talented. He was so the talent was there, and Cos D'Amato did give him the proper guidance. But unfortunately, D'Amato did pass away, and that's when that vulture called Don King swooped in and over and took over the talent, and
Mm.
it's like Don King. I don't like him. I don't
Well,
like.
actually, I'm gonna get back on the subject to what
Yeah, I want to
Kashel
say something.
talking about. Go right ahead.
I know. Our bad. It's our bad. We deviated
It's
from the
us. It's us.
But I understand. So I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think the future of cosmetic surgery will look like? This is where we are. I feel like we're like 20 years in for this cosmetic surgery as far as BBLs, mommy makeovers, lipo, lip fillers, and facelifts. So we're like, what, 20 years in? Or is that fair to say? Or we're more than 20 years in with this whole cosmetic surgery? Like, what do you think the future of cosmetic surgery will look like? Hi, Blasian.
It's gonna have to be one of two things. Either the pendulum swings and people start to understand that the risk may not be worth risking one's lives to try to look prettier or trying to look more acceptable to what the trends are, because that's what it is. All of this implant thing, all of this going overboard with the implants and the surgery, that's the trend right now. And trends pass, fads pass. I mean, it becomes something else. So either the pendulum swings and people start to understand that it's not worth the risk, or the science of plastic surgery is going to have to become better. It's going to have to become better to reduce the most all of the risk that is involved with it. Now, any surgery, anything that involves putting somebody down in anesthesia and cutting the skin or something, there is always a risk to it. But it's going to have to either be the pendulum swings to the point where people are going to be like, look, it's not worth the risk. And they're going to be doing it less and less. And they understand that it's more about being able to enhance their real selves and make themselves look comfortable in their own skin, or the science is going to have to get better so that it reduces the risk of mortality on the table, on the operating table, because there shouldn't be so many people taking this risk with people that are not qualified, people that don't know what they're doing, and there are people that don't care because of a discount. They're being offered a discount, and it's somebody who's not certified, who's not qualified, who doesn't have the proper training to do it, and they're taking these risks. They're not thinking.
I feel like in the future, you're gonna be able to change anything you want on your body. Like, I feel like cosmetic surgery is gonna still be a thing in the future. I feel like it's gonna elevate. I feel like in the future, like 2050 or 2060, I feel like you're gonna be able to change everything: your feet, your kneecaps, your elbows, everything. So now it's not just the butt, the breast, the tummy, your whole body. Whatever you don't like, you're gonna be able to fix it. I feel like it's gonna just soar.
Yeah.
Yeah, my personal opinion on that, I gotta agree with my boy Ramon. It's definitely going to be advancements, but just think within the last, because sometimes time moves so quickly we forget. But just think within the last 15 years of people that passed from illegal butt shots and different things like this. So this was before the BBLs. This before where people was getting their hips shaped and everything. They were just getting stuff injected within their buttocks and everything like that. And I just talked about that not that long ago on one of my live streams, where it was a woman that was that passed away in some back block in Queens back in 2008 trying to get illegal butt shots. And it's also has a lot to do, like you said, Kashel, has a lot to do with confidence, because I'm starting to understand now with women, if like with certain women, of course, if they're not getting approval from other women, it really as a man, I can tell a woman she looks good all day. I can tell like you don't need that. But if she feel like she's not validated, her beauty is not validated by a lot of people, and she doesn't have that confidence within, nothing I'm going to be able to tell her is going to stick. It's going to just be empty words. And I think with a lot of women as well, same thing with men. If that confidence is not built up at an early age, then it's going to be a void there. It's going to be a void there. As if you're a loving father, and you tell your daughter sweetheart, you beautiful. Don't you ever get any of that stuff done. You cute. Don't you like a father's validation and a mother's validation is enough to, you know, when that confidence is built up from the root, it's easy to tear it down as an adult. But if it was something that was always missing, you're going to be chasing that confidence and you're going to make poor decisions behind doing it. And that's where we're at right now. We have a lot of women that they like that shape. That shape gets a lot of attention on Instagram. A lot of women are monetizing that shape on Instagram, and it just looks like their lives are elevating to the their lives are elevating and advancing, you know, into like, you know, into a place where they didn't think was possible. And a lot of women are chasing after that. And don't get me wrong, men like, you know, we like the shapes, we look, you know, but that doesn't equate to you know, something being long term, anything like that. But it's the attention. A lot of women yearn for that attention, and that's why, you know, you have so many women going under the knife and making that mistake, because with women everything is about imagery. Everything is about imagery and aesthetics, all the way down to the filter on YouTube, all the way down to the position, the way she's standing. You know, everything is about the optics. Even when women look at Cosmopolitan magazine and Vogue and all of these other, it's about the optics. Women love that, and they like to be revered as, you know, that woman that's on the pedestal, and other guys, you know, chasing after her as a plus, but also the validation from other women in society is the main objective.
Denise, thank you, Rakim. Denise, I wanted to ask you, like, even when you look up a board certified, you know, doctor, like, still things can go wrong too. Like, you know, so it's like there's risk involved all around, even when they got credentials. You know, these doctors are exhausted, tired, underpaid, understaffed, you know, like anything can still go wrong though. It's like, I don't want to discourage you, but it's like, just because he's certified doesn't mean, you know, things ain't gonna go wrong either. So that's a plus, of course, because we know he's legit, but things still go wrong. And Rakim, like, I definitely agree with what you're saying too, because at the end of the day, like, that confidence thing is important, that structure, that foundation, seeing that at home, like, you know, having that build up from little is important. A lot of girls don't get that, and again, it's a whole bunch of these little bad apples rolling all around and, you know, using it for the wrong purposes and, you know, dying at the cost of it. And it's just really, really sad.
I agree 100%. I just wanted to say this, and it manifests in different ways. Like, we all grew up in the inner cities. Like, the confidence thing is different with men, because like with men, as a kid, if you don't have that confidence, or you told, boy, you ain't got no money, you broke, and blah, 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 blah. You see how the guys react to that as they get older, right, Kishel? I mean, when, you know, growing up in the Bronx, what they do, if dudes is getting money, they flash it. Oh, I got money, and, you know, we get money over here. Like, that's from lack of confidence, not being able to carry yourself properly, because your confidence hasn't been built up from a young age. So yeah, it just goes to show you, it just manifests in a different way. But for the women, yes, women like the attention, they like the validation, and they like for people to be attracted to them. And if this is the type of person where you feel like, you know, yeah, I know you love me and all, or, you know, I know you got me and all, but I need something. I need somebody else's validation that'll make me feel more complete.
Denise, you're a strong woman. And Rakim, like, I can't lie, like, that hits home for me, because that's what I felt I related to. Like, I didn't grow with my dad in the household. Like, you know, he wasn't in my household at all, at any part of my life at all. And, you know, my mom was a strong woman. You know, it wasn't like, oh, sweetie baby girl, honey poo, sugar pop. No, it wasn't like that at all. Go ahead, Jose. I'm sorry. You want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to say, and I want to stress this again. I mean, anyone that's planning to have plastic surgery, they really need to think down and as to the why. Okay, and it should be only for what's necessary. And then when you do decide to have plastic surgery, make sure you get someone that's highly, has a reputation of doing multiple procedures done without any undergoes plastic surgery and it doesn't go well, or God forbid that they die under the procedure. So it's just that, everyone is free to do what they wish. It's just that I do have I have a lot of concern regarding people that I know that plan to have plastic surgery. All I'm going to say is consider it carefully and make sure it gets done by a professional.
Okay, that's respectable. Anybody else?
No, I think it's kind of like what I was mentioning before. I mean, it just like Jose was saying, anybody who wants to get the plastic surgery, they need to consider it. It's kind of like Denise was saying, there is a difference. There is a difference when it comes to what the celebrities are doing versus the regular people. It's like you yourself, Kishel, you consider it. You're a regular person. You consider it. You wanted to enhance something on you. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, but you did took time, whether you did it or not. You did to take time to think about it. You were doing it more for yourself, not for the competition. Because a lot of people, especially women, they do it because they are in competition with somebody, like I was mentioning before, and you see it with all of the Instagram models. And they're basically they're on Instagram with the link to the OnlyFans page, and there is competition there. So there is always that factor, and he has to do with the attention. Yes, yes. Unfortunately, there is always gonna be the simps that are gonna be providing them with attention and the motivation to get these procedures done. And but those are the younger guys that don't know better, and they can only seem to get a little bit of attention or give attention to say if they can get some attention. Those are younger guys that don't know better. They haven't grown yet. So
I just
that doesn't speak for all of us.
I'm sorry to cut you. I just thought about something. So is like cosmetic surgery any different than someone having a surgery to say they don't want a penis anymore, or vagina anymore, and they want to switch up? It's still a surgery to enhance something or to change something. It's like
Oh no, but you're talking about two different things. You're talking about
I mean,
somebody not wanting to be their gender anymore.
yeah, but it's still an enhancement though.
It
So
is an enhancement.
it's an enhancement to reach a goal, or it's an enhancement to convey a message about oneself.
Well, if you're talking about the whole gender change or the sex change, that definitely is about conveying a message that they want to present to the world, which is like, I don't want to be this gender anymore. I'm this other gender now. So there is definitely a message there when somebody's trying to get a sex change. But if somebody, particularly, I'm not trying to put it more on the women, but it's usually more women who get these surgeries. I mean, they're trying to make it. Look, I'm metamorphing, or I'm changing, or blossoming. I think that a part of themselves, they're trying to tell themselves that like that getting the surgeries is part of them morphing into something else, or morphing into something new. That's To me, that's the impression that I'm getting. I can't speak for them. You will have to talk to somebody who has actually gotten the surgeries, and kind of like if you can get them to give you the reasoning so that everybody can understand. But that's the impression that I'm getting. I mean, like they're using surgeries as a mean of telling themselves like they are morphing into something else, kind of like the um kind of like the little animal that comes out of the cocoon and becomes a butterfly. There are some of these women that see themselves like that, and that's what I'm seeing. That's what the impression that I'm getting.
Do y'all see this comment by Denise right now by dilating the hole when the man turns vagina to a penis to a vagina? I want to do research on
Lord, have mercy.
Trying to process it like he has to penetrate the dilate the what? Like, huh?
Ooh, Lord. You know what?
Okay. Yeah, but it's kind of like a piercing. It's kind of when you get your ears pierced, and you get the piercing, and you have to make sure that you keep wearing something.
Really, is it really like getting your ears pierced?
More complicated than that, of course. More complicated, of course, but it's, I guess it's a little similar. That they have to they get the surgery, they get the hole, and they have to put something in it so that the hole stays open and it doesn't like cauterize and it doesn't close up and
Man gonna be giving vaginal birth. This shit is crazy.
No, that's the thing, because that's not how it's supposed to be. That's
I feel like
they become virgins again. They become virgins all over again, and every time they're gonna be like they're losing their virginity all over again. Oh man,
I feel like the Outer Limits. Everybody remember that show that used to come on Fox, The Outer Limits? I feel like that's where we're at. Right?
Oh yes,
that sounds familiar. I can't remember, but that definitely sounds familiar.
You know what? Well, it does give a new meaning of the phrase. Yeah. Excuse me. It does give a new meaning to the phrase "going when you've never been before."
Yeah.
I mean, but see, I think a lot of us miss the big picture on what this is all over, and all of this is about capitalizing off of a population to make money. See, and that's what's going on. These corporate business owners and all of this is putting money behind these commercials. That's putting money behind these ads and all of that to promote this stuff. And a lot of people that's getting on board, they're trying to really force. I knew it was something that was trying to be forced down our throats when they're trying to attack you saying using pronouns and all of this other stuff. Like I knew it was already serious. It was beyond serious, but I knew it was cold red at that particular point. And it's just, man, I couldn't even imagine. Thank God I'm a heterosexual male, and I'm proud of that. So thank you. But go get back to the women that's getting these surgeries to appease heterosexual men like the men on this panel. It has to be something. It has to be a voice of reason there. It has to be that strong male presence to, at least make some of these young women second guess that decision before they decide to get on that table. Because once you get on that table, it's a strong possibility that you're not going to get back off of that table.
Wow.
And that needs to be understood. And it's just some women that just they're better the way that they are. It's some women that have sex appeal and attraction without any of that stuff, and they don't need it. And you can tell that even after these women get this stuff, we've all seen it, they still don't have the confidence because they're constantly showing off. They're showing off their backside of Instagram videos. They want to show off. They want to wear a skirt that rides all the way up to what, and all of this stuff. So they still don't have the confidence because they're trying to. They're projecting it out there that they, we got this body, I got this body. And it's just like when it's there, you just know it. When it's there, you just know it. You can tell when a woman carries herself in a confident way and all of that, because the women that carry themselves in a more confident way, they don't have to do as much. They just do a little bit, show a little bit of thigh, a little bit of knee, get that little sexy skirt going. And that's it.
Cleavage.
Yeah, a little bit of cleavage, take it back to the 90s on them. And that's all. They don't have to go to the point like it was like they don't have to do all of that stuff. Like it was a chick down there in Houston. She walking through the mall with her action out, and you know what I mean when I say with her action out. So I'm like,
Yeah, they're too desperate for attention.
yeah, I'm just like, yup.
I remember that. Yeah, I mean, again, R. Kelly's undefeated.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Making cool shit.
You know, and people can say what they want, but we can't deny R. Kelly is legendary. R. Kelly is
yeah, he is. I mean, he might be a piece of shit can be legendary.
Yes, exactly. We separate the man.
What he did, but he's talented. That's what we're gonna say.
Yes, absolutely. And so, like, that's pretty much you just see it. It's like, and then the crazy thing about it that a lot of women don't understand is that when you put it out there like that, you're getting these BBL surgeries, you got all of these big lashes on with these long wigs, you're doing all of this, you're attracting attention. Well, what kind of attention are you attracting though? And then you attract negative attention, and then you want to talk about how, you know, and then once you attract the negative attention, then after being played and, you know, dealing with, you know, these F boys or whoever, now you want to talk about, you know, 5 years from now, how, you know, oh, I gotta heal.
Yeah, like Jada.
Yeah. But
that means constant disrespect, getting together with young guys, making her significant other look stupid. That's healing.
Like, I like K. Michelle had this VH1 show for like 2 seconds. And she was talking about how the tragedies of surgery and she getting it removed. And she showed other women's stories. It was a great show. I know there's a lot of women that could go in that show. They could probably make 18, 19 seasons. I don't know what happened to it, but long story short, it was showing the behind the scenes of after when the shit go wrong and when it go bad and these horrible scars these women live with, like indentations, you know, missing limbs. Like it was severe.
No, I'm sorry, Kishelle. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just going to add on to what you're saying. I saw the video of a woman who did that surgery and ended up losing her limbs in the process. I think we all saw that. It was a woman that went to do the surgery, and she ended up, something happened where she caught an infection and she lost both of her legs in the process. It's nothing that can ever replace that. Like you say, indentations, you know, it's looking like rotten fruit back there. Like it's looking like, you know, an apple that's been sitting or left out too long. Like it's so many risks, and it's not really worth it, if you ask me. But when people decide that they have their mind made up, that's what they want to go through, it's nothing that you can really do, because the attention is greater than anything you can ever say. They think that the outcome is greater than anything that you can ever tell to these people. So as much as I would hate to see with a lot of these young ladies in the future, it's going to be more situations of either women being physically scarred or even worse. And we're going to have to sit through and we're going to have to watch it, because it's like, you know, and then on top of that, the way things are in the US media and everything, the media preys on people with a lack of confidence. You know, the media, they need you to be non-confident within yourself so they can sell you stuff. You get what I'm saying? They need you to feel that you need this. So you got people that celebrities that want to get, you know, these BBLs and stuff, and you got doctors that'll do it for free just because of promotion. Tell me. Yeah, that happened. They say like, okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this for free. I got the licenses and everything else, and you know,
maybe they do it as a part of a TV show. Maybe they do it as part of that. My bad.
Yeah. Oh no. I was just gonna say, just with like certain women, and you know, I give you these hips and I give you these you know, these BBLs, and you tell them that Doc Schwartz, you got it done by Doc Schwartz, and I'll get my money on the back end from all the promotion. Just like any, like, you know, get on Instagram, tell them Doc Schwartz did this, And if you got 500,000 followers, guess what? 20 about 10,000 of those followers, or let's say that's maybe too much, about 3,000 of those followers are going to be thinking, you know what, I'm going to go holler at Doc Schwartz.
Yeah.
And that's how Doc Schwartz is going to make his money. So
okay. Yeah, somebody with a big platform.
Yeah, with a big platform. With a big platform. Yeah. So like that's and that's what we're dealing with. See, a lot of people don't understand the way, you know, things are played and the way, because we just watch a lot of things and we don't really put it into consideration that the things that we see is promoted to trigger our brain in a certain way to make us think, you know, hey, you know, it plays off of women's confidence, especially. Men can be a little bit more logical, but with women, it plays off of their confidence because women think emotional. They think, well, you know, hey, if I go get this BBL, then, you know, they shine or want me, and, you know, different things like that. And that's where things can get kind of messed up, you know. Sorry, guys, I could be a little long-winded.
It's cool.
No, it's fine.
It's just like Lizzo popping in Captain America's DM. Like, people are shooting a shot right now, for real. No matter what they look.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, just because he says that, you know, BBL women are all women are the same and don't fashion. If he says that publicly with a smile on his face, don't mean that he means it. And so you pop in his DM, he like, look, what are you doing? Look, I just did that for promotion of my movie. You know, that was business. I don't really feel that way. But I ain't going to let you know I don't feel that way because I know you're going to put my DM out. So I ain't going to respond at all.
And no shade, no hate, full disclaimer. This is not a body shaming conversation, but it's just the point that people are going to the extreme out of their reach and shooting the shots. And you can't be mad at some people. Some people are comfortable in their skin. Some people are not. We see the comparison between the two at this point. Sorry, guys, I'm eating some potato salad and trying to talk at the same time. But I feel like, you know, Lizzo doing something like that is like, okay, either she's a very confident woman in her skin or she's just shooting her shot. Either way, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that she's wrong for doing it or she's right for doing it. I wouldn't do it, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't jump in no celebrity's DM, like, even though I have confidence, like, for what? Like, going back to what you said, Rakim, about, you know, women doing it for the satisfaction of a man or the attention for a man. It's like, again, I really don't think women think about the visual, sexual, illustrative view of a man when he sees your ass looking oily, jiggly, in a thong, in a bikini, in a lingerie. Like, I don't think women get what the man is mentally thinking. He's not thinking, I want to marry you. You have such a pretty face. You're just so innocent. Oh, you look cute in a little pink dress in a bow. He's thinking, I want to blast your ass. Like, I want to just put it down on you, like, and move you to the side. Like, I want to get in them cheeks. Like, it's not I want to propose to you. It's like a naughty, nasty, sexual thing he's thinking. In my opinion, it's straight sex, raw, negative, nasty. It's not like, oh, I should take her on a date and just pay for everything and never look for anything in return. No, he has the ill will intent. It's the little devil horns popping up.
And I can understand.
I saw something in TikTok.
Go on.
I saw something in TikTok where a dude asked a lady out on a date for dinner, and he refused to buy her a meal because she refused to, you know, allow him to, like, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, look, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I mean, how tacky can it be that you invite someone to a meal and you don't offer them any food simply because she won't smash with you? That's real tacky. That's
maybe she had made a statement, some strong and independent statement, and that's why, oh, you're strong and independent. Okay, I'll buy my own food. You buy yours. I mean, but the thing is that's well, if there is an understanding, then that's not necessarily completely wrong. I have been on a date where even though I was perfectly fine, for to pay for the whole thing for me and the lady that I was with. We sat down, we talked, we got something to eat, but at the end, when the check came out, she was quickly to come out of her pocket without me asking. I mean, that's something that she wanted to do. I mean, that's not because she wanted to kind of like making sure that there was nothing for me to expect there. So, and I respected that. I see Yuki Chell posing.
Mhm.
Can't hear you.
Yes.
Can't hear you though.
Yeah. Okay. It's muted.
Like, I'm
She's
Jamaican
muted.
diabetes. I'm like, okay.
But you know something. Let's just say for the sake of argument, Keisha, I decided to take you out to dinner, okay? And and I'll pay for the entire meal. I wouldn't expect anything sexual. It's just that I'm just probably even with a quality lady. But unfortunately, I don't think that way.
Like I remember back in my day when I was in high school, when you went on a date for the first time, it's like at the end of the date, it was like, all right, that awkward moment, like you had to kiss the guy or you didn't kiss the guy. And like if you kissed the guy, if you didn't kiss the guy, that depended on if y'all were gonna be dating or not. And that was always awkward. It's like I felt like back then men expected like, oh, if I took you out, you better kiss me. I don't gotta kiss you when you took me out. So what, you took me out? I have my own money. I can pay for my own stuff. Like,
I hate.
like it kind of takes me back to that. Like like I remember being the first like this. You know what I mean? That's back in our day. Like this is a new generation right now. Now it's like if I take you out, we gonna get it. We gonna fuck. Like no, like that's what happens now though because these girls with the whole look. It's like you go on this date like you giving it up, girl. Don't think you're going on this 5-star restaurant on this private jet or say it's not a private jet, this nice car or limo and you first class. You know something's dropping from the waist down when you get up there. You
know what's funny when you said that? I just think about when I was young. I didn't really know how to deal with women when I was a kid. 13, 14, different things like that. I liked it. I always liked the women, but I didn't know I was always so much into boy stuff. I remember when I went on my first couple of dates, like my first date, like I was, it was me and my guy, and we was dating these two girls that we went to school with, and I just walked in. I just walked in the theater. I didn't even hold the door for her. I just like it kept walking. And she was like, "Oh, what's up with you?" I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Okay, then my boy, he was the person that was schooling me because when we went on this one day, I think I was like 16 at the time. No, I was 15 going on 16. And we were, we go to the theaters and everything. And this one girl that I was talking to, he was like, "Hey man, we either gonna see Man on Fire at 13 going on 30." And this was 2004. I'm like, "Man, we about to go see Man on Fire, man, Denzel." And all of that. And the girl's like, "No, I want to see 13 going on 30. I'm like, "We ain't about to see no 13 going on no 30, all right? We're gonna go see this Man on Fire with Denzel and some actions and some guns blazing." He was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" I was like, "What you talking about? You and I both wanted to go see." He was like, "Dude, you got to do whatever the girls want to do. You can't." I was like, "Oh man, all right."
You were falling asleep. You were watching that other that chick flick.
But two, once I started becoming more aware on how to, make women, feel comfortable, make it know that it's about them and you are attracted to them and you want to do, then of course, on the first date, I've gotten kissed twice on 2 first dates that I went on. And one of the girls that I was dating, she became my girlfriend after we went to the movies and all of that. We went to school like the next week after that. She was like, you know how people gossip in high school, people coming up to you, "Hey Rakim, I heard you talking to such and such." I was like, "How the hell y'all know that, man? I ain't said nothing to anybody."
Oh.
You guys remember your first kiss?
Yeah, I remember my first kiss. I remember my first kiss.
Okay, Ramon, you remember your first kiss?
Oh, it was a little awkward, but
Oh
I do
my
remember. I was still in high school. Yeah.
Spill it, spill it, spill
No,
it.
it was a little awkward. No, I don't want to talk about it. But it was awkward. It did happen. I was in high school, yes. But it didn't happen in school itself. It was with somebody that I had met. A guy that I met from the neighborhood, and yeah. I mean, and we got to talking, spending some time apart, and we had one of those long, really, really nice conversations. And at the end of the night, I made the move, and it happened. And she was kind of stunned, and but she didn't say anything bad. She didn't have a problem. It's just that she was kind of stunned and surprised that I actually made that move. Yeah.
I remember my first kiss. It was horrible. Like I was like in junior high school, and I didn't know if we supposed to French kiss or just regular peck kiss. So like I went for the peck, and he went for the tongue, and then he told all the kids in the neighborhood that I didn't know how to kiss. I was like horrified. I'm like, I didn't know I was supposed to do the tongue. I'm not supposed to do the
Well, not necessarily. If it's your first ever, you're not necessarily supposed to start speaking tongue out at the beginning, because that's not what I did.
tongue. Like I had my eyes closed. I was turning my head. It was so awkward.
Oh,
Those was the days, man.
yeah. That innocence.
And they were
Those
always
was
teaching me,
the
they were
days.
like, yeah, that's the girl showing how to kiss.
Well,
She got a nice list, but she can't kiss. I'm like, nice list, but she can't kiss like that. That's the stigma I grew up with, thinking about confidence and self-image. Like, as a kid, grown men would say that and kids would say that. And I was like, all right, so TMI, this gonna get me somewhere. Like, I'm supposed to learn how to do something with it that's going to help me elevate. Like, just go back to the generational, the trauma, like the confidence, the woman conversations about being a woman and being a girl and being mature, and all of that plays a big role in it, especially when it comes into, you getting into intercourse and stuff like that.
Oh well,
I
yeah.
still remember because, like with
Speaking.
my situation, of course, my first kiss, we kissed on the lips. And then as time went on, we continued to get better. Like the first time we was tongue kissing, neither one of us knew what we was doing. My tongue was touching her teeth, and her tongue was touching my teeth. And I was like, I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? And then, but as time went on, we was both. Hey, we wasn't true to the game. We was new to the game. We was rookies. So like the first time, like. Like it was becoming a little bit awkward and everything. But that, like, shout out to her. That was my boo. At that time, we was kids. We was what? 13 going on 14. I still remember what I had on, man. Like it was a few of them incidents. I remember my fit. But that particular fit, I had on a blue Philadelphia Phillies Iverson jersey, because Iverson was the man at that time. A white do-rag, some black Jabot jeans, and some Timbs. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was in it to win it. With the Triple X white T-shirt. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was in it to win it, man. I had spent all my school allowance on that outfit too.
Yeah, you want to make yourself presentable. That's what it is.
I see, guys. I have a. Okay. Excuse me, guys. I have a unique experience. I actually lost my virginity on a church trip because
We
my
know.
girlfriend
I
couldn't
mean,
wait any further, and
yeah. You became mad religious after that.
And let me just show you. And let me tell you something. When I met my ex-wife in the DR, she wanted to smash right away. It's like, well, I wanted to get to know you before we go that far. And it's like, I mean, a little weird sleeping in the same bed with her, but it's like, she was like almost just begging me to like the smash. It's just that, I'm sorry, but I don't smash on the first date.
Oh, you're
I
trying to
do.
be outstanding.
That's
I do.
I would.
I do.
I go the goods, Jose.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
She got to work for this
Yeah.
stuff. All right. So
Yeah,
what
she has to earn it, huh, Jose? She has to earn it.
Well, I hear some people be talking and
Yeah, Jose was like, this dick ain't free.
That's right. Me for free.
Oh man.
You ain't gotta tell me twice. If that's what you on. Hey, that's what you on. And I think I've already told my it's different. My first kisses stories is different from my virginity stories. But the first time, of course, losing my virginity, I was trying to play it cool, man. You know, I was trying to play it cool because I didn't know if she was on that or not. But she was on that. You know, we was watching Juice. This was like what? It's like what, 04? Yeah, this was 04. We was watching Juice, and you know, I'm thinking that she watching the movie, and then she was just like, won't you stop being lame and kiss me? So I'm trying to play it cool. I didn't know if she was on that or not, man, but she was on that.
Yeah,
so,
that's the moment when you tell her, oh, you think I'm lame? Come here now.
And then it one thing led to another. Things started getting felt on, and things started, you know, unzipping, and it led.
Oh, things started to unzip and drop. Oh,
yeah, one thing led to another, but you know, that's how it goes, man. And those type of you'll never be able to get those back. When you were like, your childhood was the most innocent time in your life. That's when your character was developing. That's when the world, you were so bright-eyed about the world and everything like that, you know, because my era was the 02, 03, 04 era. So that's when I was coming up, you know. 50 was hot, R. Kelly was hot, you know. Speaking of plastic surgery, we all love Lil' Kim. Like, and everybody said Lil' Kim was the truth before all of that surgery and everything. But, you know, Kimberly Jones was cute before she got all that surgery. But I still love me some Lil' Kim. I'm biased, so I don't care how much surgery she get. I love her music, and I still love her. So, but yeah, like, you know, it's very important for people to understand that you don't want to make a rash decision that can cost you, either your life or cause you to be an amputee. Because you know the way we talk in the inner cities, Kashell, we easily tell people, if you think you insecure now, if you lose a limb, you really gonna be insecure. If something don't go right with the surgery, you really gonna be insecure. If you around here sitting up in a wheelchair, you're gonna be wishing you had a lot more than that surgery that went successful. So, you know, it's very important that people understand that, and I'm definitely empathetic, and I understand that, you know, a lot of these girls, I wish I can coach a lot of them. I really do. Like, that's why I love children. If I see children that's at a young age, whether man or a girl, I try to, you know, speak to them, make sure that they're where their head is at, because you have so many people that have children and don't love their kids. And then they kids are dealing with so many different type of emotions, and they're looking for that security. If they don't get it inside the home, they're going to look for it outside the home. And outside the home, they don't have their best interest. So you have people that fall into making certain decisions, and things can be costly, like with the surgery. And then, you know, you'll end up, you know, being maimed, or you'll be wondering, how did I get here? What made me make this decision? And then, you know, you're looking at Instagram, you're looking at the internet, you're looking at the lifestyles of the rich and famous, you're looking at the Kardashians, and you don't even realize when these thoughts was created in your head, and they was absorbed through everything that you was going through that made you make this decision. So, you know, for the ladies, just know the decision that you're making before you do it, and understand that, you know, things can be better. Yes, Foxy Brown was the truth. That was my first crush right there, Blazing King.
Hi, Denise.
Hello. How are you, Michelle? How's everyone doing?
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué es la que hay?
Shout out.
Hello, Denise.
Hey, Kishelle, can I answer this question before Denise speak?
No, go ahead, Rakim.
Blasian King asked, Irby Fatal, will you smash Lil Kim or Foxy Brown? When I was young, man, Foxy Brown all day. I loved Kim, but Foxy Brown, I love me some Inga. Inga was my first. I loved me some Inga. Ever since the ain't no N word like the one I got. Ever since that video, I loved me some Inga. You couldn't tell me nothing about no Inga, man. Foxy Brown, and I love Kim. I'm a big fan of Kim, but Foxy Brown all day. That was my baby.
Look at them now, how they look now. Have you seen Little Kim now? Have you seen Foxy now?
Yes, I have. That's why I said back then. Not now, but back then.
He made that distinction very known. Back then,
Back in the day,
Yeah,
back in the
no.
day, making sure
Yeah.
that
Ramon know what I'm talking about. You saw Foxy Brown coming up, Ramon. Foxy.
Yeah. I remember her back in the day. I haven't seen her lately, so I don't know how she looks like now. I know how Little Kim looks now.
Lil' Kim
But-
looks a mess now. It's so
Like a
sad.
monster.
Yeah, she overdid it.
Shout out
She overdid it.
Maceo.
Hey,
Yeah, shout out
Marcel.
to Marcel. Shout out to Marcel. Shout out to you, brother. But you know, Foxy had that, that Caribbean island vibe to her. She was Trinidadian, and she was sexy. She was a combination of half Caribbean, half Brooklyn, and she was like very rugged, but in a feminine way. And she was the truth. And of course, Kimberly Jones, legendary. Lil Kim created the blueprint for all of these girls out here today.
Mhm.
And Lil Kim, but the funny thing is, Lil Kim wasn't like, she was very lyrical. All her music wasn't raunchy, but when she was raunchy, it wasn't nowhere near some of these girls today. They kind of
No, she was a prude today
yeah.
compared to what we're seeing. We're seeing craziness today.
No, we just seeing nasty. She was raunchy. We just seeing nasty today. Irby Fatal, yes, Trina. I liked it, Trina, when Trina was coming up. Trina was sexy.
But Trina, I saw Trina do an interview, I think somewhere. She was talking about French Montana. I think they was fucking for a little bit of whatever the case is. And she was talking about how she is not the woman she portrays in her rap. She is not as sexually, that way. That's just her rap characteristic and personality. Like, she's not the person she raps to be. And that when she gets with men, this time I'm talking. when she's dating, whatever the case is, the problem she has with a lot of men she dates is they're expecting that Trina from the video to pop out. And she's like, I'm not that person. That's an alter ego. Like, you're not getting baddest bitch in the bedroom. Like, that's how she said on interview I heard. And she's like, that's why she's had so many failed relationship as a female rapper, with her look and everything like that. So it's like, it's hard for some of them to get, real love, I guess, because that stigma, that stereotype sticks with them in so many ways.
Yeah.
So she didn't live up to the image, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that was
in real life.
That's not. I guess she's not really the baddest bitch. I guess not. I don't know.
Well, then she needs to stop saying that she's the baddest bitch. Stop lying. That's false advertisement.
Pussies, and we gonna tell them they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what we thought. We thought we was gonna get that Trina if they met us. So maybe that's something that, like you say, it's mostly a persona. But that's all we had to go off of. So we don't know that this is not really you. We just see your personality on television and different thing like that. The perfect example of that, going to the man's side for a quick second. As a kid, you couldn't tell me Ice Cube wasn't a gangster. You couldn't tell me Ice Cube was not a gangster. He
was very convincing. He was very convincing, except that he was somebody who came from a two-parent home. He had never been in trouble. He had only been with like one woman his whole life. Because he was part of NWA. When he was in NWA, all of the other guys were hooking up with this girl and this other girl, but not Ice Cube.
But you don't think that Ice
he was the
Cube
more stable one.
You don't think that Ice Cube, like, if you look at it, was like a good influence in this space? Because we don't
Yeah,
tend to see
yeah,
that. No.
yeah, definitely. I'm just saying, Denise. I'm just saying at that time, as a kid, Ramon, he may remember that a little bit earlier, but when I first saw, like, I was like, it was like '93 when I first saw the NWA, and that at that time they was already broken up. When I saw those videos online, I mean, not online, on what I'm saying online, on the box, on the music video, I remember watching those videos with my cousin. He was older, and the first thing out my cousin's mouth, he was like, "Bruh, these dudes is hard."
Yeah. They were kind of intimidating, and Ice Cube was like one of the leading performers, rappers on that group. But if you look up his background, he was really nothing like that. I mean, he was more of a more stable, family oriented guy who I don't think he's ever been in trouble. I mean, it's
No,
not
I
like what
never
happens with
heard mess. Never heard mess.
uh-huh. No, it's not like some of these other guys that are basically snitching on themselves and on their songs and on Instagram, and then they wonder why the feds are picking them up and arresting them.
Have 68 rappers in jail right now.
Well, it's not. Well, we got to remember too, Denise. A lot of those guys are not really rappers. It's the quote unquote rappers. They a few songs here and there, but they not rappers to the degree of what we know as a rapper. Somebody that's selling.
No, they're not. I'm not saying they're like they're like 50 Cent or something like that. What I'm saying is like these are the people that are rapping today.
Yeah.
These are the people that are rapping. Like, look, if Ice-T has to come out of the woodwork to tell these new rappers, I don't know if you guys remember when the Super Bowl was here in LA, when he had to take to Twitter to warn these young rappers, like, don't act crazy because there's 50,000 gang members that are active in LA. Like, just imagine that they have to warn you about that. Like, we know that. Come on, Ramon. We're seeing it even in Puerto Rico. I don't have to be too explicit, but we're seeing it too. Like, do you remember when Anuel couldn't go to Puerto Rico for a long time because he's affiliated with gangs? He did time.
Well, Tempo, who was in jail for a long time.
We that too.
Hey, guys, I just wanted to say because I know Denise lives in LA. I can remember getting my hair cut at the barbershop and guys talking to like, yeah, man, such and such say he's going to LA for the All-Star game. He say he's not wearing no red or blue. He's just wearing all black.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, out here, look.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something. I just want to clarify something real quick with the whole Ice Cube before we get back on subject. It's just like to sum up Ice Cube, like you said, Denise, he was a very good role model. And the image preceded itself. If you ever watched the Boondocks, it was a fake gangster rapper named Gangstalicious in the Boondocks. And he told Riley in the Boondocks, he said, man, when I was growing up, you know who I wanted to be like? He was like, who? He said, Ice Cube. Man, Ice Cube was so tough. I used to have dreams that Ice Cube came in and shot me in the face.
That's weird. That's weird as fuck. But I get it. I get what they're trying to say with that. Yeah, but that Gangstalicious, he was kind of like that Gangstalicious character was prophecy.
Yeah,
you will let it see on with real rappers with the gay shit. Yeah, because he was the rapper who will wear skirts and cute little tank tops like girls. Something like that. Yeah. You have to check it out. The Gangstalicious episodes of the Boondocks.
I've only watched.
You remember Thugnificent? You remember when they found out when Thugnificent found out that Gangstalicious was gay? He was like, "Oh no, we can't do this song with him now because if he swings that way, then everybody gonna think we swing that way by association."
Yeah. He's kind of like the rapper in the movie Tropic Thunder. That's kind of like another example of that, and it's kind of like exemplifying something that was kind of happening. We were seeing it much. And if you haven't seen the movie Tropic Thunder, there is one of the characters who is this hard rapper, but then later he shows himself dating one of the NSYNC guys, the one that came out of the closet. Damn, they're pushing this shit hard. That's making it okay. Okay. Oh,
I think it's because there's like a few rappers or people in the industry and producers and stuff that are like actually closeted gay, but they're not
yeah.
allowed to be, in the public because they have to be this tough guy, you
Well,
know.
there are other artists where they did have that kind of like an open secret. When I say open secret, it's like that people knew, but they wouldn't talk about it. Kind of like with Luther Vandross. I mean, a lot of people kind of knew it, but
Puff
they
Daddy.
wouldn't talk about it.
He's been a gay rapper for like since the 1990s. I've been hearing Puff Daddy.
Oh, well, we. I think recently 50 Cent put him on blast for
That
those
he's
things.
fruity. Yeah.
Many people have been saying things about Diddy for a long time, and
Usher did too. I don't know if you remember when Usher said in an interview he was 13 and he was at one of Diddy's parties.
yeah, when he
And
was starting
he
out,
said,
he started out very young.
yeah, so I'm like, I wouldn't. Look, I had a conversation with Brotep. I wish he was here about that. And he was like, it's kind of like the whole Harvey Weinstein effect and stuff like that. Like people put on blast R. Kelly and like Bill Cosby and so on and so on. But like in the industry, I think that's the norm. Like a lot of this new upcoming kids, come on, like we know what's
Well,
happening.
the Disney, a lot of the Disney kids, they end up kind of messed up. That they started out on the Disney Channel doing some cute comedy show and something like that, and then they go on to become fucked up. I mean, we see
Yeah.
that. We kind of see it all the time. Maybe Raven Simone might be the one who turned out more okay in comparison to others.
Maybe
But
because there was more parental involvement. Same when Zendaya and what's the girl from Harry Potter? Emily Watson, I think is her name. I'm not sure.
no,
But
but
like,
she's now one of the rainbow agenda pushers now.
you
Oh,
think so?
Jones, that's a good one. That one there.
Yeah, she's one of those. She's one of
Who,
those.
Zendaya or Emily Watson?
No, Emily Watson. No, Zendaya. Haven't seen
I've never seen
anything with
anything crazy
Zendaya.
from her. Zendaya is like
I
the
doubt it.
trophy child.
She got a strong family background, so
Yeah, she has a
hard.
very hands-on father. Like if you look at her life, you'll realize that.
I thought they
Which
said she
is
was on drugs, not Zendaya. Not her.
come again?
Zendaya wasn't on drugs at some point, allegedly.
Oh no.
Never heard of that. Never
That's
heard
how
of
good
that.
she acts, but no, she was not on drugs. Like, have
No,
you seen
yeah. I think that has to do with the character that she does, who is kind of like messed up. It's not
Euphoria?
really.
It's a great show. It's a great show.
Yeah,
This is a great show. Someone's coming out.
nice.
What's
Oh
up,
man, shout out to
Marcelo?
my brother Marcel, man. Shout out to Marcel.
Yo,
I
Hey,
don't
what's up,
have a
hey,
everybody?
problem.
my
I don't have
guy,
a problem with
what's
the
going on?
rainbow. I don't have a problem with the
What's up?
rainbow
What's up,
community.
everybody?
My my only problem with the rainbow community is trying to name people as sex that we're not, and trying to appropriate the label woman or whatever, and trying to groom our kids. Outside of that, if you look at the LGBT plus community, I think they're doing it better than us because these people are fighting. I'm talking about gays and lesbians, not the rest of the letters, right? But these people are trying to fight to get married. Meanwhile, we're fighting to stay away from each other. These people are advocating to be able to adopt the kids that we created and toss to the side. They're trying to just have rights that we take for granted and don't want. So no, I don't necessarily have a problem with the LGBT unless it has to do with my kid and everyone else's kids with the grooming and stuff. But other than that, I don't have a problem with them.
Well, that's the problem. They don't exactly know how to contain themselves, and then they want to sit there and they want to like push it on everybody. And when they mean everybody, when they used to be the joke, oh, we were coming for your kids. Now they mean it, and that's the problem that's going on now. Like I was in the city last night, and It was just fucking bad with that shit. It was bad. It was bad. Like I was on the subway. This is just really fucked up. I was on the subway, and every advertisement on the subway was for Tinder, and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is this? Everything. There was nothing else. There was nothing else that was being promoted. It was all Tinder. And what were they showing on Tinder? Same-sex couples. And I was like, ya esto se fue para la pinga. This is done. This New York is done. I'm telling you. I came home. I bought my plane ticket to go back to Florida.
Then you will not tolerate LA for more than 5 hours because LA
Oh, it's the
and
same thing. It's the
and
same thing.
here
Last
is
year I
better.
went to Washington. Last year I went to Washington Square Park, and it was fucking bad. Like, and the thing about New York is like you when you come into Manhattan, it's like a giant puff of weed smoke. So it's like it's everywhere. Like there's like no inhibitions. You see some shit that 10 years ago you didn't see this kind of lack of inhibitions that you see now. It's really, really bad.
Yeah,
It's really
I
bad. I'm so
think
glad that I left.
look, that's a shock that I had to, that's a cultural shock that I had to overcome when I came here. Seeing people out in the open smoking marijuana. In Puerto Rico, you don't see that in the open. People still smoke marijuana, but they do it like a secret, like
Yeah.
you don't see this stuff. And like the fact that you have to deal with that smell everywhere you go, people do it out in the open, they don't care. And it's part of the culture. You can go, if you go to certain, it's kind of like what I was saying earlier when it comes to the plastic surgery. Like I think in other states that I visited and stuff, like you see random women sometimes that have had surgery. In here, that is the norm. Like because you have, I see it like a tiered society. The closer you get to Beverly Hills, the more you see women with all kinds of plastic surgery. If you go to the outskirts of Beverly Hills, like Brentwood and Sunset and Hollywood and stuff like that, then you see it will be like 50-50. But then if you go even further out, you see another tier of women that have had this kind of surgery, but on the cheap, and so on and so on. But this is the norm out here because one tier competes with the other. Like just because Kim Kardashian went to EPO and got a new treatment for her face or for her hair, scalp, or whatever, all women are going to do it, and some are going to find cheap ways to do it. And
Well,
that's
that
just
I could that I could tell you in Miami, you see that a lot.
yeah. I bet Miami was the mecca for
Yeah.
surgery for so many years.
Yeah, no, in Miami, you see that a lot. You see a lot of girls with plastic surgery, a lot of girls with fake butts, fake boobs, a lot of girls with what is that stuff that they put in the lips?
Fillers. Yeah.
Botox.
No,
Botox.
it's not Botox. It's Juvederm. It's Juvederm.
They have a whole industry in South Florida that's based around cosmetic enhancement, but they don't market it as that. They market it as like this is something that's completely natural. It's a bioequivalent. So in South, that's one thing. Here, I haven't really. I don't. I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of stuff like that here. But in Miami, you see that a lot. There's a whole industry that revolves around that.
Yeah, in LA, I think California as a whole, I think the only areas when you won't see that would be after Diablo Grande, which is like a very large valley of mountains that you're almost leaving the state. You're like 5 hours away from leaving the state. Other than that, like Sacramento and below, and San Francisco and Northern California is the same. Like there's not a single girl out here that doesn't have any surgery or procedure or enhancer, whereas it's Botox, Juvederm, Restylane, or is at least considering, myself included. I mean, I know I'm getting of age. I'm not gonna have like crazy surgeries done, but I will treat a wrinkle here and there. I'm not gonna use Botox because it looks horrible, but yeah, I don't have a problem with accepting. Yeah, like I might get something done here and there. Now, will I get a BBL? No. Would I get like stuff to enhance my body and change it into something that is not? Absolutely not. Will I correct something? Yes, why not? But enhancing, I think that's when we're in the danger zone.
Girls from the Bay do that stuff.
Yeah, of course.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can go anywhere you go in LA, you are going to see this happening.
I
Anywhere in
just
California, anywhere in California. Look, you have women in TJ, in Tijuana, that they're originally either from San Diego or La Jolla or that area, and they're just crossing over because of Mexico is cheaper.
hmm,
Girls from Compton are getting the stuff done. Like, believe it or not, they are. Like, if you go, you're gonna see it. Like, it's a phenomenon. If you don't have your lips done, like, I think after 2014, everything changed out here. If you don't
really.
have your lips done,
Hmm.
you're a nobody.
Hmm.
Now.
That's
I
how.
just
But you're taking this risk. You say that you have to get your your lips done, but a lot of these women that get their lips done, they look like dogs. They look like a character in a Disney movie.
I think the
They're
dogs
having dog lips. I mean,
dog
they don't look.
is kind. If you, I don't know if you guys have seen this in person.
Mhm.
In person, this is disgusting. It's just disgusting.
Or they have cat faces
Yeah,
because
no,
they
it's just
overdo this.
gross. When you see this in person, I had to take my spiritual aunt, my auntie, to get some surgery in Beverly Hills because she had a condition, so she had to have some reconstructive surgery several times to this surgeon of the stars dude.
mm,
And the amount of craziness that you see going on day in and day out is out of this world, guys. If you don't want, and it's, I understand why for girls it would be hard to not jump into that, because if you're an average chick in LA, the chances of you dating someone of substance or dating someone regardless of, dating someone overall, it's slim to none. Like, unless you're a
hmm,
pretty girl, you're gonna struggle a lot.
mm.
A lot. I'm not joking, a lot. Like, if you don't have the looks, don't even move to LA. Like, Boston 10s here are LA 3s. Okay, the
Okay, so I want to go into that. So define to me what would be a catch in LA for
what
like
will
what kind.
guys go for?
Yeah, I want to hear this because this is a very interesting thing that you bring up. So
Mhm.
tell me, what is it that the men go for in LA?
In LA,
Yeah.
well, you have to be extremely symmetrical in your looks. You have to look almost perfect. Like, I think the perfect woman that men chase here is size 2 and below. All
Que
right.
pinga.
That's how it is. If you're over that, you're screwed. You're screwed. You might get lucky if your face is beautiful. Other
Uh-huh.
than that, good luck.
Okay,
Um,
so are you talking about like those girls that are on the whatever podcast? Because I think that's set in California, and a lot of the girls that are on that podcast are like really pretty, but you can hear it in their voices that they live in this bubble of privilege. I mean that
what is the
they're the ones
bubble
that
of
are getting.
privilege? That's something I hear a lot. Like, I mean, it's not privilege, but it's, I don't know if I could call it privilege. But I think that's just life in general. Like, ugly chicks, I have always done the line at the nightclub. Like, I've always seen it.
Hmm.
Mm.
Uh, like in Puerto Rico, even like if you're pretty, you don't have to the line. You don't have to pay for drinks. That's the norm.
Oh yeah, that is the norm down in South
Yeah,
Florida.
yeah, but paying for drinks. That I remember, I had a girlfriend
No
back in
cover
Puerto Rico
charge.
that she will tell me the stories about her hanging out with her girlfriends, and there was always some stupid guy that will pay for the drinks.
How is
Just-
it a stupid guy? They were just complimenting the beauty. As you guys, come on, guys. Look, in LA, like I was saying,
Yeah, but at the end of the day, she was coming home to me. I mean, she wasn't going home
absolutely.
with the guy.
Look, if guys think that because they're paying you a drink, you're gonna give it up. Sorry.
No, no, I know.
Well,
Women generally don't do that. That's why I don't do it.
Hell no. Los hombres se creen que pagando tu mofongo te lo van a venir a encajar. No, sorry. No.
I know that
I know that's not how it goes. I know that's not how it goes.
like right now, you meet a guy, you go on a date, you know, and it's a 5-star date, you know, it's an all day, it's a dinner, it's a date, it's a movie, it's a gift. That requires what? You giving up something at the end of the date, right?
Well, a little kiss, that's simple. Nothing fancy, no French kisses or nothing like that. Like if you're interested in a second date, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but all that dropping it like it's hot on the first date, like he's not gonna respect you. He may call you if it was good, but it's like, that was a bad place, sis.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it depends because of course, I mean, but I knew MK, but me and MK we went all in the first date, but we knew each other for 2 years. So it's different.
Well, you knew each other for some time. It's a little different. It's not like you had just met.
We went all in though.
You in the car, you in the club, like, all right, let's take this back for a nightcap, but then it goes down. It's like you've never seen
no. And
they don't remember each other's name or something.
Imagine giving it up for a drink or even 2-3 drinks. Hell no.
But these girls today, Denise, they doing it for a lace front, for a bag of weed, for a washing
for
set.
A honey biscuit. I've seen some women do this for a honey biscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No value on the punani. No value.
No. I'm sorry, but no. I mean, in LA, look, in LA, it depends. In LA, I'm telling you, it's always the ugly chick that got enhanced, that doesn't know how to manage her beauty, that will give it up. She's the one that's gonna give it up. I think that's why those girls will get more sexual action. Meanwhile, the really pretty girls will be like more cautious, and eventually they'll get married to a decent guy. Like, I don't understand. But
like that, it is.
In LA, if you're not a beautiful woman, get the hell out of LA. Unless you're willing to enhance yourself. That's why I support the ugly chicks getting their nose done, getting their jaw. Like, I support Kylie Jenner because I understand what she was against. Like, it does. If you're a 10 anywhere in the United States, in LA, you are A3. I want women to understand that. That's who you are in LA.
Wow.
Because you're not only getting the most beautiful woman from all the United States, you're competing with all beautiful women from all around the world. All those girls come here to become actresses, models, singers, etc., etc. And they are here.
In LA, there's no BBWs in LA.
Yes, there are, but they're extremely beautiful. Don't think for a second that Lizzo can be here in LA and people are gonna look at her. There's a reason why she struggled in Hollywood to get a man. BBWs, unless you look like Tabria Majors, get the hell out of LA. You're not gonna get anything. Good luck.
It's sad. That's what we are right now. It's definitely based on superficial. With the outside, look like you be a whole bitch murderer on the inside, but as long as you look beautiful and polished on the outside, he'll wipe you.
Okay, sure, but you have to look at it this way. We're looking at it through our lenses because we're pretty women. But if you're and me, we're ugly chicks, we'll probably get the surgery. Let's just keep it real, because I mean, who doesn't want to compete in this? I mean, the how can I explain it? The benefits of it outweigh the risks. Like, if I was ugly, like I was a 2 or a 3, I will get enhanced. There's no way I would not.
So better risking death than to look average?
Yeah, I'm gonna explain you why. Because for you guys are different, because you guys are the ones that are doing the picking. For us women, if you're a 2 or a 3, the guys available for you here in LA are really bad. You know, you really don't want to be in that situation, because that will mean your whole life gets screwed up. It's either that or you're alone. So unfortunately, yeah, that's the pressure for a woman to look beautiful, because beauty is expected from a woman. You don't see guys going out and saying, I want a 2 for a wife. I've never met a guy that says that.
Hmm.
I've
That's
never.
well, Denise. Like when I be posting like my little makeup videos and like my little hair videos on YouTube, no disrespect, I be seeing like the ugliest girls or like the most unattractive girls. They do this makeup. They look better than me, you, Beyonce, Lizzo, everybody.
Yeah, they transform.
Real, and they be tricking these dudes out here. That's why they be so mad. They be getting pregnant, some of the time because they're like, "That's not the girl I met." Well, you should do your research, bro.
And I have no problem with that. Like, go on, sis. Like, in LA, like, if you're at a 5 and above for LA, it's better for you when you're gonna do errands and groceries. Try to look as ugly as possible, because you really don't want to have to. You don't want to have to deal with people hitting on you or trying to do anything to you. You get my point? Like,
Mm.
just
Hmm.
go out looking like a bomb, you know, as much as you can.
But I feel like my bummy days be the days I be getting all the attention, even on YouTube when I'm trying to post a pretty picture. When it's like hair done, makeup done, nails done, eyelashes, cute outfit, shoes, purse, that shit gets no attention. But when I'm sweaty and ugly and glistening and
That's when they want to comment
that's
you,
when
right? Oh my god, that's the worst. But that's because they're actually seeing that you're genuinely beautiful. I think men are starting to catch up, at least in different cities. In LA, men don't
they
care.
are. Some of
You
them are
can, yeah. Look, there was a point in my life where I hated that I will tan, and then my skin will start getting more and more lighter, and then I will start seeing my veins and stuff. So I will tan. I tan for years. Years I used to tan. So in LA now, I haven't tanned myself in almost 6 years now. And
Hinchera.
see, no, it's different. The problem is not just that, it's the fact that it's different shades.
Mhm.
Mm.
So it's not like a uniform thing. So when I go out, like if I were to go out to places where I would go out before, and you see other women, like when you go to the restroom and so on, they'll be like, "Hey, girl, like what's up with your tanning? Like why your legs are a different shade than your arms, or like what's
Coño.
going?" Like it's so the attention to detail here is out of this world.
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like,
And
Wow.
that's women that say that to you, that are hypercritical, that very critical, because okay, women, we might criticize if a woman has a like a badly done boob job or back job, or something doesn't look right because they didn't have the proper procedure done. We're kind of meek in comparison, but other women criticizing other women, it's on another level. They will go in
but you know
on
what's
the
the
details.
problem with that? You know what's the problem with that? Is that it is us, the women, that are moving the goalposts from men to demand more from us. But because
Mhm.
so many girls are willing to do more and more, like you cannot stay behind. Like for example, what I was saying earlier on the chat, like I will fix everything that it's like pregnancy has destroyed. I'm not talking about like internal, but like external, because I have to stay competitive. Like MK has eyes, and we're in a state where women keep up, at least the women that care. Women that don't care, those are the ones that you're gonna see with the bonnets, with the fishnets out there, like smelling like crap. But the women that actually care and they're around you at all times, they are doing the work.
Mm.
So you don't want to be caught lacking in looks
Yeah.
at all. Never whatsoever. You don't want chipped nails outside. You don't want to have, your hair not done. You don't want to look nice. You don't want to have hairy armpits. You don't want to
no
have
hairy legs.
hairy legs. Nothing like that. You have to be perfect 100% all the time. Every time you're outside.
Mm.
But let's talk about also the men. There are a lot of men having cosmetic surgery on the low, and the people don't talk about it. It's not a conversational piece. People don't shed light on it. It's rappers, it's athletes. They're really doing these enhancements. The most popular male enhancements I'm seeing right now are the 6 packs, you know, in that chest situation. Just like Dr. Miami does the boob jobs and BBLs, there are men doing this too, and men are not keeping it real. Men are not putting it out there. Men are not saying that they're doing it. And yeah, the bitches ain't doing it either. But for me, I feel like there was a large group of men that was saying they don't want a plastic woman because she's fake, whatever, whatever, whatever. Now that niggas are getting the same surgery, women have the right to say the same exact thing, but it's not being foreshadowed.
But you
It's
know what? You know why?
very
You know why, Cashel? That's because men know that they'll get ridiculed by other men if they tell them that they had a 6-pack surgery or different things
It's
like
not,
that.
it does not
But
even
that shit,
exist.
that shit look mad fake though. Them shits look them 6 packs. I've seen some of them up close and personal
No.
at the gym, and them like I don't understand why like the fuck you gonna get the surgery for, and then you gonna come and want to work out.
They doing the
Like
same thing some of these women do, Marcel. You know how women get the
Exactly.
BBLs and then they go to the gym like they worked on this shape. Like get out of here.
yeah, it's like I see because I saw one guy that he was in the locker room and he looked like I could tell that he had that shit because the rest of him did not look like it would accompany that 6 pack. And I looked at him, I was like, who the fuck is this nigga fucking fooling, man? And he goes into the gym and he's on the ab machine, and I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah. I was like, that shit is fake as fuck. And I've seen them actually compete on stage because I go to the gyms that people when they go to prep for a show, that's the gym that they go to, and they just look ridiculous. They look absolutely ridiculous on stage.
But let me ask you something, guys.
Um,
Like the equivalent of BBLs and cosmetic surgery that we go under as women to
Hmm.
upkeep ourselves or to compete with the demand. You guys don't think that the TRT, therapy is like the equivalent of that because you're risking your life. You're risking like cancer as a man when you put that in your body just for the sake of pursuing
It,
this level of testosterone that's leaving your body after
it,
25.
if you're tweak, I have now this I have experience. If you're tweaking, not because I'm on it, again, I'm always in the gym and I've had a lot of conversations with people. If you're doing it right, the only thing you're doing is getting your hormone levels to normal. Now, if you abuse it and you start taking more than what you're supposed to take, which a lot of guys do, I'm not going to say that it's basically like you're going on a steroid cycle if you start abusing it. But if
Yeah.
you're only taking a maintenance dose of 125 milligrams of test a week, just so you could be on the high end of normal, which for the total testosterone would probably be up to about 900, like if you got a guy who's got like a 200 testosterone, he's gonna suffer he's gonna suffer a lot because that's gonna lead to prostate problems. It's gonna lead to it could lead to high blood pressure. It's gonna lead to a whole. He's not gonna be able to lose weight with testosterone that low. So if he's already obese, he's gonna have a. He's not gonna. He could go on the treadmill. He could walk. He could do whatever he can try to do. He could try to eat right. By virtue of the fact that his testosterone is already so low, it's going to be a lot harder for him to lose that weight. So if he boosts his testosterone to what would be considered 800, 900, 900 is the very limit of normal, and he increases his free testosterone, which is the testosterone that you have left over after your body uses it for its normal process, because that's the testosterone that the body uses to build muscle. If
Yeah,
he
but
increase
that's at what age exactly you're supposed to be at 900?
Probably 900 if you're a hyper responder all through your 20s. Once you hit 30, then it starts to decrease.
Exactly. Like imagine guys already here. Like I can see that too. I see both Ken and Barbie out here. And those are the guys that will demand size 2 and below, and proper injections and proper Botox and proper lips, not the cartoonish type, but the proper one.
Right.
uh they also have those. You can tell when a man's taking TRT because they start getting very red, and on top of that they start getting like, this chest that they have starts getting more like boobs rather than like a chest because of the
Oh,
estrogen that keeps building. because
Well,
that's the
that's
body, that's the body's response to an excess of, because testosterone is supposed to start decreasing because you stop producing it at 25. So men's testosterone starts decreasing, and the first sharp decline occurs at 30 years old.
right. But see, the thing is, if the dude is already obese,
Hmm.
the fat cells act as an aromatizing agent to whatever testosterone is left. So
Agree. Yeah.
what the fat does is it actually starts taking the testosterone and turns it into estrogen. So what happens with the estrogen? They start gaining more weight.
Yeah,
That's
and a lot of thing infertility stems from it.
yeah.
Lack of drive, a lot of depression.
Obesity kills men. Obesity it kills men. It'll kill your sex drive. It'll kill your desire to do anything. It destroys you. It as a man, it destroys you.
But
You understand what
on
I'm
the
saying?
flip side, testosterone makes you more aggressive too.
It again, it depends. Yes, it controls aggression, but if you're within the normal limit, you should be okay with it. Now, if you're fucking blasting, I don't know, 800 milligrams of test a week, and you're stacking it with other things, like if you were doing a steroid cycle, well, yeah, you might have a, and you're a natural dick. You see what I'm saying? Because that's a lot, you know a lot of people. I know people that are very gentle people. They're on like Olympic caliber cycles of steroids. They're
Mhm.
blasting test, they're blasting trend, they're blasting. They are the most beautifulest people. Why? Because they don't have an aggressive disposition. Okay. Now I know people who have a very aggressive disposition. They take a little teeny tiny dose and then they want to fucking go kill somebody.
Yeah, but I think, look, if we're going to suggest, I think people that are in this trend of highly competitive, try to keep up with who I was at 25, which is the peak of, you know, your body and your image and your youth. Those people that decide to pursue that, I think that they tend to gravitate towards each other.
Yeah.
Like you're never gonna see a woman that invests in her body as much with a guy that doesn't believe in doing TRT, or minding too much. Like if he's experiencing hair loss, then they're gonna replace it. Like I've seen guys that at 35, 36, 37 start experiencing hair loss, and they decide to undergo that surgery. That surgery looks ridiculously crazy for about a year. And if guys, if you don't know what that surgery entails, I'll tell you now. Again, these are the perks of living in LA, right? But they remove a lot of hair follicles from your armpit and from your back. Like all those hairs that you have, even if they're micro, they get the hair in the follicle that's there. And then they push those follicles. They do micro cuts in all of your hairline at the top of your head and
Mhm.
at the bottom, depending on where you're balding. And they put that in there. They push those follicles with the hairs in it. Like you leave that surgery and you're super swollen in the area that they put that. So what happens is that I believe like around 3-4 months you will deplete all those hairs that they implanted in there. You will lose them, and then like after like 4 months after that, you will start seeing hair growing out of there. And then the more you treat it, the more the hair will continue to grow in that area. That's how that surgery happens. And like I said, men and women that undergo all these crazy procedures tend to gravitate towards each other.
Ay, ay, ay.
That's LA. That's it. Look at Kanye West. He came out here. He couldn't compete, so he got lipo.
Kanye got lipo.
Yeah,
Celebrities
he
got
did.
ooh, the male rappers. I don't know if I heard Drake body was fake that workout, but I see him working out, so I'm like I don't know if I believe it. I heard his six pack was fake.
He might be on TRT.
Kanye got lipo.
Yeah, Kanye got lipo in 2016.
What?
Yes, he
It's what
did.
the Loma say. Oh,
Everything.
niggas is not claiming it.
Yeah, but he let
That's
himself
LA.
go.
That's
So
LA. That's LA. LA. It's a very
Um,
competitive. a very competitive city. California as a whole is a very competitive state.
He has gotten let himself go, so he didn't get
You
some
either
extra
compete, or you either
instead of
compete or
working
you
out.
don't exist. If you
I
don't
heard
compete,
LL
you don't
Cool J
exist.
too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we got a lot of
Oh,
cities like that. We got
excuse me.
Miami. We got a lot of places like Los Angeles, Miami. Some of those superficial places are like that. Yeah.
What's up,
Yeah,
Jose?
like if you come to California, again, compete or be erased. It is what it is. Like, I mean, like for example, now after being a mom, I consider myself erased because I'm not even interested in that right now. I'm focusing 100% on the baby. But at some point, I know I have to, like I said before, stay competitive because you have to stay attuned with what's around your man. And you can't be like, oh no, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to look like a mess while he's exposed to all of that. Like, you have to stay competitive. And it sucks, but at the same time, I mean, what can you do? Life is not fair.
First off, I want to give a shout out to The World Is Mine because that's a dope name. First and foremost, make me feel like that Scarface blimp. You sitting outside and you watch The World Is Yours. So yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to you on that one, brother. I'm with you. I get a mani and pedicures as well. I'm a masculine man, but I'm a metrosexual when it comes to that. I want to keep my fingernails up. Want to keep my toes up. Want to make sure that got nice cologne. I love my cologne. That's like an obsession of mine. I love cologne.
I'm sorry, Jose. You want to say something?
Excuse me. Yeah. At one time, I thought about changing my name and calling myself the 10th lover. But I remember when I had a gastric bypass 20 years, worst time to get it. I got 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. Now, for those of you who know have any idea what is a gastric bypass, basically what it is that they reduce the size of your stomach. So what happens is after you had the procedure, you're on a liquid diet, and then they put you on puree. And let me see, the one thing that's worse than hospital food is puree hospital food. And I remember what the day I was discharged, I went to the pharmacy to get my prescriptions and what have you. And I was with my mom, and there was a kid that ran up to me and ran into my stomach. It was so freaking gosh painful. My mom wanted to kill the kid. And then on Thanksgiving, I actually tried to eat a tiny piece with a tiny piece of stuffing. Unfortunately, I could not keep it. I had that one to up chug.
Mm. Mm.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So Jose, do you think you were being superficial with that thing? When like when you what moved you to get a gastric bypass?
No, and that say
You're cutting out.
okay. Look, at the time I was close to 400 pounds. Okay,
Mm.
hello, can anyone hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you. We can
Okay,
hear you
I
now. It's
was
just that
close.
for a moment you were like cutting. Hmm.
Okay, I was close to 400 pounds, so I needed to do something to try to get the weight off. I actually had the procedure. It wasn't because of vanity. It was a medical necessity. Now, what happened was it started a trend in my family. Next thing you know, my uh, my niece had the procedure done, and I had another sibling have the procedure done. But you know what's the crazy part is when I went to visit my um, procedure, there was a story regarding another patient that had the procedure. So what he did was he overate, and then he had to be admitted to the hospital again because his stomach burst open.
Oh wow. My sister had the procedure done in 2010. But she let it, like, okay, it worked for her at the beginning, and then she let it go to waste. Because eventually your stomach will continue, because you have two things. You have the small pouch in there, and then you have the bad absorption because they cut some of your intestine, so you don't absorb certain things. So like it helps with you not developing diabetes. There's certain like high blood pressure and stuff like that. Like it helps in a number of conditions. But I think she let it go to waste. Now she's trying to lose weight again. uh she's being a little bit more successful, but it took her, I was it's taking her almost 15 years to manage her weight, because it's more mental in her case. It's not like in your case. In your case, you're trying to just mitigate something. In her case, she's just doing it because she didn't want it to do it the hard way.
I want to.
Oh, we could show. Yeah, he's saying he's working out at his little baby gym.
I hear that little chubby baby. Hear that
Yeah.
little chubby baby in the background.
Welcome to YouTube, baby.
But I think one thing is important.
You know what?
Go ahead, Jose.
No, I just love hearing my cyber grandson chiming with.
Yeah, he's, oh my god, he's making all kinds of noises, and I think he's about to sit down already. He's flipping a lot, so we'll see. We'll see. I'll put him down on his back to sleep, and then I find him on his stomach all the time. So, oh my
Now,
god.
I find my like when Jose was speaking about weight and different things like that. Now, if we like all of us mostly grew up in urban environments, so it's a lot of things that we become accustomed to that's not healthy, whether it be, going to the deli or, getting fast food or at a food truck. I find myself trying to curve a lot of that because that definitely helps with weight loss, and it definitely and just you feel more energetic when you eat natural food that's meant for you, and when you eat healthy meals. Like just last week, I got myself some apples. I bought myself some nectarines, all organic pears. What else did I get? Some raspberries, blackberries. I roasted some chicken breasts with some brown rice. Just things like that you can do to help, naturally lose weight, and it's good for you. And then with the way things are with a lot of food today, you can't really trust it. They're putting they're putting labels on packages without telling you what's in the stuff, and it's just like it's out of control. I saw a situation where it was people that they were going to different restaurants, and restaurants was offering what's that fish, halibut, or they were saying we got this type of fish, and it turns out that none of that fish was what they said it was. It was swai, and it was swai fish is one of the cheapest fishes that you can get. Nothing wrong with swai. I mean, I enjoy it. I'm pretty sure it got some. I'm pretty sure it tastes as well, but it just go to show you how a lot of people are cutting corners, and you really don't know what you're eating these days. So it's best to try to eat as healthy as possible. And if you can get organic, get organic. But if you can't, try to buy things that may have the least amount of pesticides and preservatives, and that will help with weight. It's also walking, running, and trying to exercise, and being the best person that you can be health wise, because we all getting older. None of us are getting younger. So.
Yeah, and I think, look, fast food is addictive as hell.
Oh yeah.
And sugar too. Trust me, I'm a sugar queen. I'm a sugar queen. I love my chocolate. I love my ice cream. I love my cake. That's my thing. I'm not trying to be size 2. I'm not trying to be size 4. But I do agree. We have to be more responsible with our bodies. And I think that's something that it's very difficult to do once you become addicted to, because our lives, like if you think about it, our lives gravitate more towards getting the fast food because you work so much, and jobs are every time they're demanding more and more and more, that we do more and more and more. And by the time that you come home, that used to be the time that you would take pleasure into just making a meal. In order for you to make it healthy, you have to do a lot of things from scratch. Who wants to do that? Which is why, as women, we have to start realizing that we might have to cut down in our expectation of luxury in life in order to stay more at home. Like if you have to work, do it part time, adjust your lifestyle to what your man can provide, and start staying more at home so that you can feed your family more wholesome foods. Because I think that's where it all stems from.
Hmm. Well, you guys, I never do lives this fucking long, and this is way too long for my comfort. But I really enjoyed the
Mhm.
conversation with everybody. I'm happy, like you all are here. You guys are day ones. I appreciate you. I thank you because that means I had a bomb ass fucking conversation. Excuse the potty mouth. I just love to curse. But thank you guys for pulling up. Can you guys please tell my little small fan base what you guys got coming up on your channels? What's new for you that they can check out so I can like at you all and they can like check out your content. Anybody can go first, whoever wants to go up. Thank you guys so much for pulling up. Anybody, don't be shy, pop in. Maseo, peace out to you. Hope all is well. It was great seeing you, Maseo. Have a good evening.
Oh, well, I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
Um, oh man, I can't sing, but we all know this song. I want to thank you, everybody, for shining your light on me. Shout out to everybody and show Michelle, Michelle some love, man. And what's going to be coming up on my channel? I don't get to do lives often, but I will. I'm going to have a live coming up with the gentleman that's out of my city by the name of How Could We Stoop So Low TV, aka Big Dale off of 63rd Street. And Big Dale is a person that was once in the streets of Chicago that's trying to help with a change and get a lot of the kids off the streets and some of these environments that we grew up in on the South Side. And we're going to be talking about, it's going to be titled From Chicago to Chirac, and what transpired between the 80s and the 90s to get us in this situation, and what can we do to resolve it. So I want to give a shout out to How Can We Stoop So Low TV, and also I will be doing a live stream with my boy. I'd like to call him my brother from Saint Domingue, Mr. Z. He's of Haitian descent. We'll just be talking about different issues or the rift between the Caribbean and Black Americans here in the United States, and different things like that. It's going to be a multitude of topics that's going to be on my channel. Everybody is welcome. Everybody is there, can join in and give their opinion on things. And it's not always about serious conversation. I want my live stream to be a place where we can discuss serious topics and also have fun, reminisce, talk about what it was like growing up, where we see the world going in the future, and various things like that, man. So I got to shout out to my boo, Kashelle, man. And y'all make sure y'all show Kashelle some love. Kashelle is all about her fitness. She's all about having topics about everyday life that we can all chime in on, and we can all relate to. And I want to give a shout out to her and thank her for allowing me to be on her platform once again. Shout out to my boy.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, girl. You ain't have to let me up here, but you did. So thank you. Thank you for letting me on your platform. As always, I like to give thanks. So I want to say shout out to my boy, the introvert Boricua. Y'all go check out my boy Ramon's channel, which we talk about, things about, masculine subjects over there in everyday situations. Shout out to Denise Gonzalez, which is my sister right here. Me and Denise bump heads on a lot of subjects, but that's still my sister. I started out going to her and Radical streams. So I want to say shout out to Denise. Y'all go check out Latin Splain.
Thank you. Same to you, Raquel.
Love, 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 love. I love it.
Plenty of content over there that talks about the politics of the islands, the history of Latin America, and various things. So everybody go check out Denise, and shout out to my YouTube dad, Jose Negron, where we talk about a multitude of subjects on Jose's channel. From gender inequality to the gender war, what ticks men off, what ticks women off, what can we do to fix it? Do we want to fix it? I would say no, but that question is up to you. But shout out to Jose Negron, man, and thank you once again, Kashel, for allowing me on your platform. I see you with your hairdo. You looking like LL Cool J Roundaway, girl. Looking cute, girl. Looking cute. I need you Roundaway, girl.
Look at you. Look at you.
Today, I had to do a 2-process bleaching treatment, and today was my second treatment. So this is my full Mary J. Blige. I'm going down color here.
Right.
Look at you. Do you want it to be like do you want it to be at this shade, or you will go for like a third one, like the more whitish winter blonde?
No, I'm gonna stop here because I'm not that light skinned. Did it?
Only the girl that milk brown complexion popping, especially with that texture. So don't ever get it. You ain't gotta be. You look gorgeous as it is.
Yeah.
And when I take this out, it's gonna be like big, full, round, bouncy curls. So I can't wait to show it off and show y'all.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait.
Just let it grow. Let it grow. Let it be natural. Because
yes,
natural is always best.
Yes, sir, Ramon.
You say you got your Mary J. Blige going, I can love you better than he can. Got your Mary J. Blige.
That was that honey bleach. I'm going down. I was looking for that. I accomplished that. Like, this is what I want. So excited for it. No more chemicals for this year. Just treating it, conditioning it, doing my YouTube videos. The hair videos is doing so good on YouTube. Like, I'm like excited. So I'm like, it's working.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Good.
So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and make my exit. I gotta go till Milwaukee tonight.
Ooh.
Oh shoot!
I don't
really
feel like it. It's 2 hours away, but I don't really feel like it.
Be safe.
All right. Thank you once again for letting me on your platform, Kashel, and peace out to everybody.
Take care, Rakim.
All right, take care. Take it easy on that road.
Okay.
Yes. I will partake next because the baby needs me. I'm holding the baby, so if you hear him, you know that he's right here in my arms. So
yeah,
I would say this was a good topic. I wish I was here from the get-go because it doesn't get spoken about, like, I think from the reality aspect, like, which is why women do this. So it's not just for like I understand why some people would think it's for like validation, but I think it's more because of the pressure. Like, I think we don't know how to respond to it, and it's sad that this lady lost her life because she couldn't handle the pressure of keeping up with other celebrities, which is sad. Oh, but I want to say, I'm going to say goodbye because I need to tend to the baby. But thank you, Kashel, for having me on. It was really good. I love your show because it's relaxed, it's chill, it's clean. It's not like, messy house sometimes in my channel.
Yeah,
Thank you.
No drama. People over talking each other.
Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna share it on my community tab so more people keep coming.
Thank you.
No problem. And keep going. I think I'll try to join more of your streams.
I appreciate it. When you can, I understand. It's a lot. I understand.
Yeah, today like I was just taking like this like a long nap. It was a crazy day. So I'm doing a stream. Not I was supposed to do it yesterday. I didn't do it yesterday because it was a crazy day for me. And then we have fight night. But after Father's Day weekend, because this is the first MK's Father's Day, so I'm not gonna be available. But after that weekend, um, me and MK, I'm gonna come back with another episode of the series that we're doing. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna come out with a strong one, and more good things are on the way that we're cooking behind the scenes. So thank you for having me, Cashel. Thank you, Jose and Ramon, also for always tolerating my character on the street. Yeah,
No,
my
it's
opinions.
all right. It's all right. It's kind of like tolerating a relative. So
Didn't
it's so it's fine. It's fine.
Ah, so anyway, I'm gonna bounce out. Greg, you wanna say bye? Bye.
didn't
Bye.
Take
Bye.
care.
yeah,
Take care. Bye bye.
Denise,
Bye, guys.
Denise, out of all my cyber children, Denise, out of all my cyber children, you're my favorite.
Absolutely, absolutely. The rest sleep in the garage. I have my own room.
Ah,
Take care.
all
Take
right.
care.
Have
Bye
a good
bye.
one, Denise.
Bye.
Take care. Okay. So of course I'm gonna do my version of bass singing. Qué bonito es frío, qué bonito es frío, qué bonito es frío,
No. Shut
el
up.
frío del invierno,
Quiet.
qué
Quiet.
bonito del
Quiet.
frío.
Talking about the cold. That he wants the how good is the cold? No. No. Don't start. Don't start with the cold shit because we don't like it. I know you're
Stop
Mr.
coming up,
Freeze.
Jose.
We have talked about it before, but no thanks.
No, but
Let it be warm. Warm is healthy.
no, but no, but no, but on a serious note, Keisha, thanks again for allowing me on your platform. I already shared in my community tab so the uncommon folk can check it on the playback. But the fact of the matter is, this was a serious topic regarding why there's such a, why people feel compelled to do multiple plastic surgeries, what have you. And it all stems with multiple reasons. One of them is a low self esteem. With that being said, of course, I'm going to plug my channel, Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. I do have streams 3 times a week. In fact, this Tuesday, I will be talking about Cornell West and his plan, and the fact that he's running as a candidate for the People's Party for President of the United States. So that's going to be on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, I'm going to be doing a stream regarding why people hate. This is referring to those who hate, have, because all creators have haters. So I'm going to be talking about it and why people hate and things of that nature. That being said, it's always a pleasure to chop it up with you guys. Actually, Thursday, my last stream lasted almost 4 hours, and I usually don't go that far, and I don't do it that late. But it was, it was a popping. But all said and done, thank you very much, and everybody, please subscribe to my Union Sisters channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good evening, Jose. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
And all right, I guess I could take a moment now.
Yes,
You
it's
tell
all
me.
on you.
Okay. All right. First, of course, I want to say to you, Chica, thanks for having me up on your panel, on your platform. It was interesting. Yeah, I like what you were bringing up with the subject, and of course, shout out to the panelists and the chat. And the thing is that I may not do it I may not do it right now because of the time and you guys, because I wanted to do a stream. I wanted to do a stream actually tonight, so I'm not gonna say anything. Maybe I will do it tomorrow evening, but um it had to do with the parade, because I want to, it's something that I want to ask New Yorkers, particularly people that are from New York especially. But if I don't do it, I may not do it tonight, so I may do it tomorrow evening. So I'm gonna make sure to send the link out to everybody, because I do need everybody, as many people possible, to show up, because it's something that I am gonna take it as a as a learning moment, as a teachable moment, for people that have grown up around kind of like New Yorker Puerto Ricans. Of course, Jose input on this will be valuable, but also others that have been around with the New Yorican community. And there is something that I need to ask about that, because of things that I have heard lately, and also a clarification when it comes to imposters, because word has come to me that there are certain somebody that are being an imposter, claiming a certain heritage that doesn't belong to him. But that's something I'll go into most likely tomorrow evening. But just wanted to say that I know that I kind of like plugged a little something for myself, but still, please, for folks that are listening in right now, um, this is Introvert Boricua. My channel, my main channel will be at Introvert Boricua 787. Um, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. I should be doing a stream soon. And until then, thanks for having me. Appreciate the opportunity to be on your panel, and you have a good one.
Thank you. You too. This has been another episode of Wine and FaceTime. This is actually episode 26. I can't believe I'm 26 episodes into season 2 of my show. It's getting long. I thought I was going to be wrapping this up, but I guess I'm keeping it going. I appreciate everyone who came out tonight. Introvert Bariqua, Jose Negron, Latin Explaining with Denise Gonzalez, the 18th Letter. Don Armando was here earlier. Tampa Supreme was in the chat. Irby Fatal was in the chat. Who else? The World Is Mine was in the chat. And I really like your name, The World Is Mine. That's a really cool name, like Rakim said. I really like that name. It definitely, has like a little ring to it. Scroll up in the chat, see if there's anybody else I may be forgetting. I think that's it for people that came through. Blasian King, I'm sorry. Thank you for coming through as well. Golden Goddess, thank you for coming through earlier today. That's the queen of this ish. Like, I love her. She's like a fucking gem. Thank you guys. I apologize for not going live yesterday. Normally when I'm not going live now, I'll do the pre-recorded thing, and the whole New York City congestion and weekends and trying to go to Jersey to Walmart just like took a whole toll on me and all of that. But I'm definitely trying to keep my consistency up with this YouTube thing, because I see my niche is working. I'm following my little stroll, my little speed that gets me where I'm going. Also, I forgot this person. Shout out to Prue Alexis. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you popping in. I think you're the first time I'm seeing you here on my live stream. And I think I caught everyone that came into the channel tip for me tonight. So thank you guys so much. This was a very interesting conversation for me, because in season 1, I definitely did something like this where I talked about, did you get cosmetic surgery or did you work out? I definitely covered this topic in season 1. And I feel like, again, we're becoming very numb to all the people who are dying as a result or complications of cosmetic surgery. So I felt like it was worth another conversational piece. On top of that, I feel like, at the end of the day, we're all ready and looking forward to instant gratification. And, that's just what it is. And people don't want to work hard for the things that they claim they really want. And these are some of the outcomes of when people have that mindset and they're not disciplined and motivated. But again, I don't mean any discrimination or, offense to anyone. Full disclaimers out on this video. That's just my perspective on how I view this conversation. I'm grateful to have all the panel guests come up and share their 2 cents, their 3 cents, as well as everyone who came to the chat and, dropped some love. Everyone who shared my channel, everyone who just subscribes to my channel, everyone who's liking. Thank you for the algorithm support. It's really, really appreciated. one thing I didn't tell you that has nothing to do with tonight's conversation at all, something that I definitely meant to throw out there, is that KFIT now definitely introducing meal plans. I'm introducing 1-day meal plans for $10, for a limited time only, for people that, want to start to get healthy, get fit in a certain way, and they have a certain diet they're trying to follow, and they just need some help and support on it. So you can definitely hit me up with this 1-day meal plan. It'll include breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 2 snacks, and it'll help guide you on your way to your first journey on a fitness, health, and wellness opportunity for you. So thank you. That's it. That's all. It's been real with you guys. It is Sunday. We all got to get ready for work tomorrow, and who's really motivated? I don't know, but we got to do what we got to do, right? Peace out, you guys. It's been a great opportunity talking with you guys again. Thank you, Ramon, for still being here. Thank you, Jose, for being here. I don't necessarily do the back page thing, but I think I'm going to try it soon. But yeah, that's it for me. So I'm logging out and play a couple of ads. And thank you guys for showing me some love and sharing my video. Peace out now.
Good night.
Okay. I work out all the time. I can do lots of different moves. I have never been able to do one full push-up.
Push-ups are the best way to start your day.
I will try one standard push-up.
It's not the best push-up, but I can get down and get back up.